Yes, karibuni kwa show yetu ya pili. We are still evaluating ile mambo imetendeka leo pale Olokalao. Yeah, this is a show purely to align the issues. Tunataka kujiuliza katika hii mambo ya Olokalao ni nini tutajifunza. So basically that's the reason why nimefungua hii. Yeah, we purely want to take a learning point, learning notes. What can we learn from whatever has happened today? Is there a learning point? Can we say that we can now achieve one-term movement? Yeah, and there are some things which I've learned. Unajua mimi nakuanga, asante sana Ken Daniels, mimi nakuanga kiumbe ambaye anasomanga haraka sana, and I've seen that we were on the verge of destroying our movement. Sababu ya ni kama tulikuwa tunataka kukosa imani. So sorry, I just want to acha nisimamishe tu kamera hapa for now in brief. Yeah, so acha niongee. So yes, sasa we are going now to be very tough in our show now moving forward, because unajua mukijikuta mumeanzia kupata mambo and some things are only maintained by discipline. So unless we get disciplined, we will not be able to capitalize on what has happened in Olokalao. So this is my take. Moving forward, there's no need of welcoming Ruto people here. Kuna haja. So now there is an enough reason now to assume that let's create our echo chamber. Hapa hakuna maneno ya Ruto tena. Ruto aende akiendanga. We have confirmed that hakuna mtu anahitaji Ruto. Ruto asha akwenda kabisa. That one we have confirmed. Number two, I also want us to advance to the level of supporting these opposition guys. Because these opposition guys they are really doing a lot of work. Even though some of them we don't understand we don't know whether they are true opposition or not. But we have to reach a level where now we have to universally support these guys. So one of the resolve, and I've consulted a few people in terms of this. People are feeling that we are bashing our principles too much. So some of us here, people feel like kama lazima uongee vibaya kuhusu mtu. We already have a character who you can talk very bad about him. So moving forward, let's encourage our principles. Tuambie it is possible, you can do it. If you have to bash somebody, you have Ruto to fight. So, but without dictatorship and through encouraging you, naomba tu tukikuja kwa show hapa, don't fight the principles. If you don't like Matiang'i, don't talk anything about him. Come on, Bendi. If you don't like Gachagua, don't talk anything about him. If you don't like Martha Karua, don't talk anything about him. So we want to move away because we want to shape this narrative now into a winning platform, because it is so bad that these people are working their asses off and we are introducing negative energy to them. So I will personally be stopping the dialogue when any one of us will be attacking the principle. So it's something which we have to move against. If you have to fight somebody, you have Ruto to fight from morning to evening. But our principles, regardless of the confusion they may be having, regardless of kutokuelewa ile wanaelewa, we will not be a source of discouragement to them. Mwaka moja ni kidogo sana, so I don't feel we need to discourage these people anymore. And personally, I feel some of us, we might have discouraged somebody like Gachagua too much, and we can see like the way he has been able to pull this one. So let's be a source of motivation to these people now. People can learn from mistakes which they have done, and we improve. And that is how we will be able actually even to make so many Kenyans to agree with our connotation of politics. So I think we can create that echo chamber of ours. And there's nothing wrong, by the way. There's nothing wrong of in creating an echo chamber, by the way. There's nothing wrong in creating an echo chamber. Hata watu wakisema nyinyi watu ni kama narrative yenu imeisha, there's no problem. But moving forward, unajua ni learning point. Tuna saa zingine wakati mukisoma kitu, you try to implement. You know me personally, I like learning from scenarios and also learning from the mistakes which maybe I'm doing or other people are doing. So what I feel we need to do, there is so much problems we are introducing within our and it is root of propaganda because you want to win over us. Karibu sana Acacia, you had gotten lost. So we have to stop introducing negative energy to our principles. Hata kama upendi mtu, wewe criticize him in your own niches. Lakini tukikuja hapa, as long as those people are in opposition, we have to support them without questioning. Yeah, I remember there is something which we say, when you like somebody, or when those people, they're in your same way of thinking. Kuna kitu inaitangwa supporting something without a reason. Wewe tu, as long as huyo mtu ako one term, usianze kujiuliza mambo mingi, sijui nini, huyu mtu ni more, sijui nini, because we will not be able to assemble a platform which can win if our work is to fight these principles. We have the person to fight. Yule mtu anatuibia pesa na nini. We have so much to do. So I will not encourage as one of the person yule ambaye mumempea nafasi kukua hapa. If you come here in the show and you start attacking Kalonzo Musyoka, tunakutoa kwa show. If you come in the show, you start attacking Matiang'i, tunakutoa kwa show. If you come in the show, you start attacking Martha Karua, tunakutoa kwa show. If you come to the show, you start attacking Gachagua, tunakutoa kwa show. So, because we cannot afford multi-directional talks here. So if they have to fight each other, wacha wapigana wao wenyewe huko juu. But sisi hapa chini, we have now to start aligning our dialogue wholesomely to one term. And as long as mtu ako one term, tuache maswali mingi. Tuanze kusema sijui huyo mtu ni mole, sijui mtu anafanya nini. Kama huyo ni mtu ni mole, tutajuia huko mbele. In any case, huwezi jua binadamu vile wako. We also have pretenders. And hata wewe unaweza kuwa ni pretender na uko hapa tu. Hata nyinyi mmenionyesha Moshi hapa. Na wapea poll tu kidogo tu mna behave kama watu ya UDA. Because you people. But I have seen you people, your level of discouragement is amazing. Nyinyi mnaweza discourage mtu vibaya sana mpaka mtu asikie kuchoma studio. Your level of discouragement is extreme. Na nikunywe maji. You people, your level of discouragement is extreme. Siku ingine nawaekea poll hapa. Na wauliza tufunge tusifunge. Funga. Kumbe enyewe mimi nimeona nyinyi watu mko na kasoro. Yaani hata amwezi hata bembeleza mtu. Yaani naweka tu poll hapa. Nifunge ama tusifunge? Funga. And you people, you did that poll. You people muache hiyo mchezo bwana. At least guys who are working their self off up. Stop being a negative energy to those people. Na kudiscourage mtu. It takes a lot of mentality, thinking and planning to even do the little things which Gachagua is doing, hata kama tunafikiria pengine afanye sana. Na niwaekee link hapa, yule nataka kuingia ingie. Akisha wewe ndio umepotea sana. I can only see you when DCP has nuked Ruto. That was amazing. I can't believe what Gachagua has managed to do. I think he has trusted No, I'm not complaining. What is your problem, Martin Deto? I'm not complaining. All what I'm saying is that we are trying to shape our dialogue moving forward. Hawa watu lazima tuwapee nguvu, na wale hawana nguvu tutawapulizia. Kama ni Martha Karua hana nguvu tutampulizia, anzie kubehave kama Kemoda sasa. Whoever doesn't have strength, we will give them strength. But me personally, hata mukisikia nikibashi mtu hapa munitoe kwa studio. I will never bash our principles again. Sababu hawa watu we have complicated their job. Na wanafanya vitu noma, they are fighting a lunatic, they are fighting a very bad man. Na Mkenya mkora uingie kwa studio, si ati unaingia kwa show alafu unatoroka. These guys they are really doing amazing work. We have to support them wholesomely. So mimi mukisikia I'm fighting those guys, munitoe kwa studio. Hata mimi nimechoka na kubasha hawa watu, because those guys hatutazaa wengine na wafike miaka ya kuvai. Ni hawa wako tu tunadilu na wao. Ni tuzoe venye wanakaa. Sasa hata tukizaa mtoto tuseme ndiye atakuwa rais, by 2027 atakuwa na miezi 9 ama ni miezi 10. Hawezi tusaidia that time. Ni hawa wako tu, hawa wanapumua ndio watatusaidia. So we better learn to work with these ones who are already living and trying to do something. Lakini tukianzia kusema sijui tunataka nini sijui nini, itabidi tufanye kazi na hawa wako. Hawa wako wale mnazaa saa hii muwape 30 and 40 years wakuje ndio watakuja kutusaidia. Lakini if kama tunataka kusaidika ni hawa wako, hawa wanapumua zaidi watafanya hiyo kazi. Haya, Mkenya mkora, you can react.
What am I reacting to?
Why are you pretending ni kama ujui leo kuna kitu imetendeka?
Mimi sijui kitu imetendeka.
Haya, ni sawa basi. Tuambie story ya bibi yako na watoto basi.
Njiru, I've always told you there are some people here in these forums, they actually see far. For how long have we told you that all Kalau is gonna get one? It's gone. And Central is gone. For how long have we said this? And unajua shida yako ni kuuliza watu maswali when we come here. Hata nikuulize swali, mnaona hii itafanyika? Hata nikuulize. Sasa mpaka hatutaki kujibu we more. I mean, we see what's happening and we can talk to people down there and we know what is actually going to happen. Yani kutoka asubuhi umekuwa hapa, nilikupata ukiimba, nikakuangalia, nikasema kwanza acha nikuache umalize sherehe.
Sherehe imeisha?
I hope imeisha. Sijui kama
sijui kama hii sherehe iwezi isha leo. It is just started. What do you mean ati ungoje? Sherehe haijaisha. Wewe ndio, I thought you will begin by urinating, but you are pretending like ni kama hakuna kitu serious imetendeka.
Hakuna kitu serious imefanyika. It's just the wave. Unajua mvua ikianza kunyesha, hata ikinyesha, kwani hujui upatana na mvua kwa maisha yako? It was bound to happen. Manyunyu ilionekana. The clouds zilionekana. What else were you expecting? I mean, were you expecting something that the rain just came out of a rainbow? You remember, Njiru, let me just get back to some things that we were talking some years ago here. Kuna kitu tulisemanga, kufa makanga kufa dereva. Dereva ndio alitusumbua kidogo, lakini and all that it's good, ameleta mind, lakini nasikia nini za nini vikingi za na transformers zimeanza kurudishwa. Anyway, I saw somebody sending me kinionyesha vikingi kama bado zimewekwa kwa lori zinarudi tena, sijui zinaenda mbele ama the next destination, I don't care, but we knew this was going on, this was being taken. Me personally, the percentage ndio imenishtua 84.
Your percentage, that percentage is a killer, my friend. In a place where they have seriously stolen. Mkenya mkora, una habari penye Ruto leo wameiba kura leo huko. Wameiba. Si ati Ruto hajaiba, wameiba extreme. Otherwise ubesti angepata 0.
Kina Yvonne Okwara wakiongea wakisema combined of the other candidates combined tally 0%, I mean 0. Mpaka kaulizwa kwani how can you do maths 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0? Akamwambia but it all ends up to 0. Olkarao mambo bad.
My friend, Orokarao imeseti pace bana. Hiyo ni anda finali bana. Orokarao bana has set the pace. Aya, so Mkenya Mkora, do you now feel confident that Ruto is one term now from what has happened today?
No, that's not a question. We've always told you that Ruto is even Kip, I can see Kip is here. We've always told you that this was going to be a one-term president because he does not know how to relate with people. He has a lot of hidden skeletons in his closets, but the skeletons are known. And guys right now are waking up. Now, by the way, the funny thing is that even Gen Z were not involved in this one. Hii ilikuwa ya wazee. Sasa ulikuwa unaona mama mwingine hapo hivyo, mzee akipelekwa huko hivyo, akiulizwa wewe na hatukujui unakuja kuvote hapa kama nani, anasema pigieni Stano. Wanamuuliza Stano ni nani, and they refused. Gari za Karao zilikuwa zinaingia huko, na Karao kama anaingia huko anaangaliwa unabeba bag kwa nini? Bag inaangaliwa ndani. They voted, they left, they came back and they stood outside. So you cannot steal something that you don't even have the stuffed ballot. So DCP. And to come back to so that I can give Kip to say what he wants to say so I can yield my time. If you remember something we used to say here about a year and a half ago, is that kitu yote, anything, even a mosquito that will run against Ruto will win. We don't care what it is. So it's not about DCP or Gachagua. This was the mosquito had to win. We don't know this Kamau guy, who knows him? The point was that we are not going UDA. And hence okay, let me yield my time to my brother for a minute.
So Kipril, you can go ahead na sahi ni positive vibe peke yake. Nisisikie mkibashi mtu yote hapa.
Sitakwambia lala leo vizuri. I'm happy. I'm actually happy, genuinely, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really worried. Manze nilikuwa nimekasirika. You know, I've been angry with your principal Gachagua because of Imurdikir and all these other places. Kasama sasa, every time we hear positive news, we come and shout, we come and scream, and we come and say things positive, and then we get disappointed. So unajua ukichapwa for years, yani hiyo hope inaenda. You can only understand that, Njeri. You can allow me to have that. Nikakaa hivi, I was just saying bana, You know, there I was waiting for Mbere, nikakaa hivi nangojea Mbere, tunaenda tunafanyia hizo vituko huko Mbere. Alafu sasa leo nimeona hata hiyo 5,000 ya kuiba. Those are the polls that I think those are the poll stations that Ruto ali manage kupenya. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't even think that guy got anything. I don't think that UDA person got anything.
Me, what I know, kidogo Kiprire, as you react to that. Me, what I know, ngoja kidogo, what I know in Mlima Kenya, when a serious vote has been done, in any polling station, mtu anapatanga kura moja, kama Mlima Kenya is a one-way vote. Especially, and in the places like Korokarau, because historically, inakuanga, yule wanataka, anapatanga kura karibu zote, then the other guys wanapatanga moja, au sufuri.
I
So
doubt,
when you start hearing,
I doubt those
mtu
votes.
anapata 10 na 20, hiyo ni wizi.
I doubt it. I doubt those votes. I absolutely doubt those votes. Because unakumbuka kuna zile in the beginning of the day, Ruto's men waliingia kwa ma polling stations zingine and I just knew it out. That is what I... So actually, let me tell you what I'm upset about right now. Right now, I'm upset that even the will of the people was not fulfilled. Because some of the people who panga laini kupiga hiyo kura, kupigia Kamau chokora wetu, I'm going to keep using that because Moses Kuria kept calling him chokora, idiot. Kept because there's somebody who woke up early in the morning in Olkarau to go vote for Kamau. But then some idiot in a polling station in Olkarau decided to change their name to somebody else. The one of the most beautiful things I saw in Olkarau is strangers that came to try and vote in Olkarau. Occasionally I call him Chokoraetu because that's what Metho said, and I like it. It's just trying to show the other side. F you. That's it. Kuambia kwendeni huko. So what I liked is when strangers that came from other places, hata sijui walikuwa wametoka wapi, ati wanakuja kuvote, hata kama ni mama, unaenda unachapo. Mwanze mama alichapo bana. I watched that video and repeat bana. Alichapwa. Then another video I watched, I think I've been binge watching Olkarau yani for the past hours. Kuna mjama mwingine cop mwingine alikuja hapo na nini, na gun. Anaitwa aje, what do you call it? Plains closed policeman alikuja na gun akipatiana pesa. Mwanzo nikasema sasa yenyewe watu wa maji wanapenda kukuja hapa na ile distance firing, ile unatupa mawe kutoka mbali. But I've realized that nyinyi watu ni mnaitanga aje, close combat fight, ile mnakuja karibu mnashika. Huyo polisi alishikwa bada. The guy was gently massaged by the members of parliament of the public. Baka wakasema hakuna gun, wakaanza kutoa maguns kutoka that guy. Apparently there are some guns that are missing in Olkarau. So for me, I've watched it.
Keep my brother. Did you see the cop that brandished a gun on ladies and they didn't even care? Unatuacha kutusumbua.
Mama alikuwa anasema hapana. Me, I thought those ladies are running away from the bullets. They're like, no.
Mimi ile kitu imenishtua boss
Mimi naogopa bunduki bana. Bro, mimi nikisikia bunduki mimi nakimbia. These ladies were running towards it. Like what the hell?
Kama wamama mpaka wanaambia polisi wafungue mifuko bwana.
No, Olkarau women are tough bana. Hapo me, I'll remove my heart for the ladies of Olkarau anja Mau. Those are Mau bana. Pana, those women.
No,
More than the
watu
men. I'm
nikitoka na
not trying
Ruto
to
bana.
undermine the men. But I'll tell you, the heroes of Kenya today are all Karao women. Walikuja wakadance na hizo walidance na hizo meko, wamedance na hizo cylinders. Yeah, UDA.
Hadi mtu
Walidance na hizo
anaonyesha
magas.
video, alikuwa anaonyesha hizo video na nani na akina Itumbi anasema ya mkubwa tushamaliza mambo.
Walidance na hizo majiko bana, walidance nazo
Alafu
wakapatiwa show.
jana after wamemaliza
Kumbe ndio mama ndio alikuwa analinda kura bana. Mimi nikwambia tu, my heroes are the women of Olkarau. Hawa ni my heroes bana. Walichunga kura ya mtu yetu.
Sikuelewa nini walikuwa wakisema tumefunga duka, wakichoma mavitu za UDA na wakitupa makofia. Kwa nini? I had not understood what they were saying.
For me, I think some pundits. I've even put the video here. Mimi nimeona the people from Central are very clever. Inaonekana you get development if you say one term. Alafu if you say two term unapatiwa mshale na fimbo. Na mnaenda kuona.
And I think from this, kidogo, as you say that, from this, I think now the rural community has to be very careful. And I think if they continue working with Ruto, they will be isolated. Watu wataanzia kuambiwa jaribu kaeni na huyo, kaeni na yeye. No, actually, if they continue the way they are continuing, ataachiwa wajaruo peke yao.
No, actually from what Alex said today is actually true. Yeah? You'll be isolated right now. Ruto anakimbiza kila kitu kwa Western na Luo Nyanza. You've seen how I think things are going, but it's a year. Mumekula huyo mtu vizuri for a year akijifanya na kujanga Central. That is perfect. You've taught him a lesson.
You've told
him several times. No, you've told him several times. Amumutaki, mumemwambia I don't know, in so many words. He does not want to hear. Imempatia point. Wachana na watu wa Kikuyu na watu wa Meru, wachana na wa Embu. Wachana na hao, hawakutaki. Now it's too late. What is he going to do in the next month, in the next year? Anaenda kudanganya Waluya.
Bro, keep.
Yes.
I feel life has a destiny with Ruto, because this was the right time. You know, for so long he's been asking, give us someone so that he can attack. But now, what these guys have shown him is that you are touchable, we can touch you, and so I think he needs to go to.
I don't know about that. No. Let me tell you the problem with him not adapting to politics. You know, somebody adapts to politics, even whom Trump. Trump adapted to politics and changed his script when he came again. You have to adapt to how the atmosphere is. Hata Moi alikuwa anajua kufanya hizi vitu. Even Gachagua, even Uhuru knew how to play politics. You have to adapt to how things are moving. If you had decided to court the people from Nyanza, to continue with that trajectory, if you had decided that you're going to play tribal politics because that is what he was going to do, continue, go play with the Masais, because that was his initial thing. But the problem with Ruto, he became too greedy. Instead of solidifying his base, right? Now that your base has been taken by Gachagua, umemfukuza. He had almost a year to try and look for another base on which he could solidify. Hii mchezo ya ODM, if he had continued and taken ODM seriously, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Take them seriously, go and court the ODM base, kwanza kuongea juu, just come with your lies about juu baba aliniachia hii, baba alikuwa hivi, just continue with those lies. Wachana na watu wa Central, wamekukataa. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He did not adapt his politics towards knowing that the people that gave him power have left him because of his stupidity. So huyu mtu, I think he's politically dumb. I think Gachagua was right. I think it's Gachagua. When Gachagua says that he's the one who gave him power, I'm beginning to believe that completely. I'm beginning to completely believe that now.
I have another analogy here. I don't think it's just central. I think it's anything else that is going to happen.
No.
I think it's just a country that is tired with this MF.
You've got to understand. No. To capture Kenyan politics, you have to secure central. That is what Moi did. Think about every single president in Kenya. Everyone, everybody who's ever gone to power. It's not a joke. To secure any presidency, you have to appease the people of Central. I don't care whether people like it or not. It is the basic truth. There's no ifs or buts here.
If you have to appease them, it has to be a practical appeasing. Sio ile ya kujifanya.
Njeru, look at all presidents. Look at all presidents.
Both of you. And give me one to explain this. Why I'm disagreeing with you, both of you. This is not a central thing. It's a Kenyan thing. I can tell you, if he wasn't central, if he was somewhere else, I don't care. Pick a city. Venye baba alikuwa anasema chukua mji. Still, it's not really about whatever. It's just about anti this guy. That's what is happening. Pick it. I don't care. Go to Taita Taveta. You know, go to the Nubis, whatever. It was just against Ruto. And that's the thing that he got himself with people telling him you're getting yourself in a hole. It's not really about the Kikuyus or the Central or the Murima or the whatever. No. Everywhere else, even Wanga is having problems. Huko Kisumu, you can see even the Kipsigis were in Munyoro.
How many constituencies are in the Gema community?
Sorry,
how many constituencies are in the Gema community?
Well, I know there's the Embu, Meru. There's also the Kikuyu side. A good 5.
You don't know. Broader Gema in terms of unity of the Gema community, including the Meru people, yeah. The Meru. There are 54 MPs. Uko kwenu.
No, we are not Gema.
No, I'm just giving can you just listen? Uko kwenu, you have 24 MPs. Western has 39. Nyanza has 42. Nyanza includes the Kisii people, yeah? Alafu the whole of the Rift is about 74. But then the 74 is split between the Turkana people coming down to the Maasai people. And we're not united like the Gema. Have you ever seen a place where you see the Maasais, Kalenjins, and Luos coming together? Do you understand the difference? So when you quote the Gema people, you quote them as a whole. Do you understand? And now, after you kitu ya mbere uliona hapo kwa Embu, that thing will be cleaned up in 2027. That thing will be sorted out mbaya sana. And then there are pockets of Nairobi. Now that we are in broad base, you think a person from Gema will not run for MP in Nairobi without the Kamba brothers, the Luya brothers, the Kisii brothers joining them. The reason why Nairobi used to work was with the presence of Raila Amolo Odinga. But who's going to follow ODM without Raila Amolo Odinga? So if a person from the mountain decides to run for MP and it's agreed amongst the broad-based people, that means their boundaries is also increased. That is why I'm trying to explain to you, my brother. The determination of Kenyan politics is people from the mountain. Ruto should have already started ile plan yake alikuwa ameanza nayo mapema. As an idiot, he should have started with that. Try and consolidate the Rift Valley communities. Angekoma na hiyo. There are 74 MPs there. Alafu ashikane na kina nani hao, the Luo Nyanza. Alafu anza kutudanganya hapo na with the 24 MPs in coastal region. But he messed up. Alilalia huko central, and that is what you see now. Again, the rest of the country has now been seeing him akinyemelea watu wa central. Yani, you're quoting somebody. Unajua una quote msichana akutaki. Alafu the other girls will look at you. You know, have you ever quoted a woman and then they start seeing that I have been giving you attention, but you don't want me? So obviously the Mulemba nation will like, no, hey, boss.
Brother Kim, can you remind me the name of this guy that we used to be on a podcast with, the one from Kaliland, and they were Wamunyoro with the Kipsigis? I saw him talking there.
No, Kipsigis people are ready for Gachagua. And that is another thing for Gachagua right now. Gachagua has stolen the hearts of Kipsigis. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but we need it. I rather Gachagua than Ruto anytime. That's the thing. Anytime. Come, Gachagua, come. I know in Njeru you've said that we not talk negative things about him. I rather him than Ruto because Ruto is killing us. Ruto anatumaliza. And YouTube, for your information, that is a fact. People have died under Moi, under Ruto.
Yeah. It is true. There's no need of introducing negative energy, and we have a whole man to fight who is destroying our nation. So that is why I feel it does not help us if we start fighting these principles, even if...
I'm not going to fight him.
No, I'm not saying you are fighting. That's what I'm saying. Not only the Gachagua alone. I feel we need to move from this bashing.
Oh, your boy started talking shit about Martha Karua. I did not like it, but and his man is 6 feet under. So about to
which boy of mine?
Roba.
To next time akikuja hapa tutamuonya. We don't want negative energy to our principles.
I can discourage people from following Raila Amolo Odinga. There's nothing you can do. He's 6 feet under with shame. After lying to us for years and telling us that, you know, no, we've healed from those wounds of him dying, but I cannot forgive him. I cannot forgive him for supporting Ruto. I cannot. There are too many people's blood. Like I'll tell you, in 2023, there's a lot of people that were killed in Pipeline. Now, what do you call that place? Shimoli. What's called that place close to Pipeline?
Kware,
yeah. People in Kware, there's a lot of our people who are floating, dead bodies. We don't even, Baka right now, there are those people who are mourning those people. We lost more people. I'm not trying to compare because death is death. We lost more people than the Gen Zs in 2023. People who still don't know where their relatives are. And then Raila, even to the last day, the promise he gave about compensation has not been fulfilled. Because he's a selfish person that was building a dynasty. And I'm telling you right now, Ruto is killing your dynasty. Raila Amolo Odinga. There is no Odinga son that is going to survive in ODM. Hakuna hata mmoja hapo. Msichana yake amenyamazishwa. You cannot hear what's her name. How can Odinga come to Linda Mwananchi right now? She rubbished herself when she was lied to by Gladys Wanga. Junior looks like a fool going to Kibera. Sifuna has been destroyed in ODM. Babu Owino has been destroyed in ODM. Right now, the kingpin of Luo people, sorry, anybody who's going to say this is derogatory, it is not. Your kingpin is Raymond Omolo. And it's by design, by Ruto. Who else do you think the people of Luo land think is going to happen? Everything they listen to Raymond. Raymond is the one who calls the shots there and has destroyed the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga. Am I lying? Kejam Kora.
No, you're on the right
There is
trajectory,
no
and I
power
think
of the
you're
Raila
right.
family there because the
But
wife is just.
I think you asked me a question. Let me answer it, please, my brother. Yes, there's a lacuna in the Luo Nyanza side. I think Gladys Wanga is already. I mean, she's gone. That one is a no-brainer. That's gone. I think the only person that they can, and I don't know how much gist or juice he has is Orengo that is actually just holding on to it. So I don't know about Luo Nyanza. I think Luo Nyanza is just a mess. I mean, it's I think it's kind of
I
like
don't
where
think
you
so.
have
I don't think Luo Nyanza is a
who
mess. No.
it's a
Luo
mess.
Nyanza is not a mess. What I think
Who
is the few idiots that we see on TV are not the representative of Luo Nyanza. Our sister Aimba told us that if you go to the ground, what's na Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga just ruined the reputation of
maybe
Homa Bay.
something Anyang and Orengo.
Anyang
Those two.
Nyong'o is actually somebody that can clean up. Orengo and Anyang Nyong'o up. How I say can clean up the mess these other idiots have caused in Luo Nyanza. Because I'll tell you the truth, and I feel no sympathy for goons losing their lives. I do not feel any sympathy for them. Anyang Nyong'o went and talked to his chiefs and APs. Those people are finished and cleared. And it's the same in Kisi. Goons were cleared. It has to be made clear and absolutely clear in Kenya that we cannot tolerate goonism. If people cannot protect themselves, yes, we go back to the old traditional African way. It is it, because if you are not allowed to defend yourselves, what is the purpose of government in Kenya?
And I believe that's what Babu was talking the other day. I have differences with Babu, but not so much. But I
I
agree
have
with
a lot
what
of
Babu
differences with
said.
Babu, but let me tell you one thing. There are animals in this Kenya, in this country, that I rather dance with the devil I know.
Yeah,
I
I
rather
agree
dance
with
with
you.
Babu. I rather
That's my
dance
point
with Gachagua.
exactly. That's my point exactly, because I was like, when Babu said, unajua nini, we don't even care about the government. You know, a truth. You know the Old Testament. If it's an eye to an eye, then fanya hivyo. Wewe ukitoka kwako, if you're a goon, make sure you've dug your grave before you leave, because that's how. I mean, it seems like that's how.
There was an MP that was telling, see, Wamuchomba is all of a sudden, I think she just realized too late. Wamuchomba was already saying that, oh, munachukua vijana yetu waende huku kuuliwa. What were you doing, Wamuchomba? Madam, you cannot keep, what do you call it, flip-flopping around here. And Njeru, that is the one person, Njeru. That is the one person I don't think you should accept it to your community, Wamchomba. Wamchomba is a person that has played with your heads. He was one of the first people to leave with Gachagua, then left. Are you going to accept somebody like that? And it's the same thing. It's the same story with someone, a man called Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria is just playing with your community's name. There are a few people. Hata huyu nini Kamama from Meru, the former governor. That one you should not tolerate that garbage. People like that need to be kicked out. from the minds of Kenyans. And then Uncle Yako, I know you're not a supporter. Yeah? I'm not saying this, but I'm just saying because you're related. Uncle Yako, by DNA, by the way, Uncle Yako Kalonzo needs to start working hard. And so is my principal. Hata principal yangu nitampigia kelele na madam bana, tuachane na mambo ya Central, hii imefungwa. Tuende thinking. Kalonzo needs to.
Kalonzo should settle for I don't know.
Aende Mombasa bana. Mombasa, there's open space. There's a lot of campus in Mombasa, Kwale, Taita Taveta.
Kiburi yake koza kona kiburi mingi. And by the way, guys watching, this is just keep talking. This is how we talk. Kalonzo is not my uncle. So isionekane ni kama
auntie yako huko. How is she doing by the auntie yako? Auntie yako aje?
Auntie alitulia. Now, so
last time you said she was sick. What happened? Amepona?
Wacha siasa. So Kalonzo,
how is Charity doing?
Kalonzo is gonna be a problem coming. Charity is okay. She's relaxed. She's retired with her family. That's where Kalonzo needs to go, to retire and just let it be.
Where is he talking? He's too deep. We did it.
Charity ametulia, yeye amerudi nyumbani, ashafanya kazi yake and everything. You will not see her running for anything. Charity
huyu kupiga Kalonzo nitowashukisha. You have start talking nice about those people. Huh?
Kalonzo hakuna.
No, you cannot fight our principles. I'm here to defend our principles. Wewe.
Okay, sorry. We apologize for making fun of the watermelon.
No, we cannot fight our principles and we are on the same path. Mupige Ruto. Hata sijasikia mukipiga Ruto vizuri.
Okay, wacha tumalize story ya watermelon, alafu tutaenda kwa Ruto.
Watermelon anaweza kuwa tu inaitwa aje, mtu wa kijiji tule, where you go for advisors, an advisor. Kalonzo ni saizi hafai kuwa anapigania kitu yoyote saizi. He needs just to relax, or maybe tunaweza mpatia kanaitwa nini, prime minister or something.
It's time for him to get some succession politics, something that Raila did not do. We need some succession politics right now.
Yeah, so Njiru, unajua mimi I'm a very different kind of person, na sisi Wakamba tunakuanga different. Kalonzo's time is over. We know it. He's just there kuchokoza tu. But we know he has an ego. He will want to be something.
Who told you his time is over? Who told you his time is over? Are you God?
We are telling him.
Kwenda huko bana. Wewe sijui nani alikupigia simu akaanza kukupatia
No, it's not about that. We have 2 minutes to there is Sudi to attack, there is Kiborek to attack, there is Gladys Wanga to attack. Mbona munakuja kusumbua my principles? Me, I love our principles and I want them to succeed.
Salah acha kupigia.
Nataka Kalonzo akuwe nini, president, vice president ama nini, and na kiburi yake hata kubali kitu kingine isipokuwa president.
Kalonzo akuwe chochote anataka. Akitaka kukuwa president, it is up to him.
No. Salah stop calling Njeru impromptu on the phone. Alafu anaambia Njeru bring these policies that don't make sense. Kama unataka kugonga principle, ashike laini. It is not bad. What is wrong with us telling them the mistakes they are making? Ati sasa nataka tuwapembeleze kwa nini? Why should we pembeleze?
No, atupembelezi, but address them with care. Usiseme ati huyo mtu ashaisha. Unajua huyo mtu ameisha?
Pana. Njeru, we have to hit them hard, and hitting them hard is making sure that they washika laini vizuri,
Okay, but
wafanye the right thing.
if you are hitting them hard, then say according to Kipril. Mimi naona hivi. Praise yourself lakini
Kwani nani anaongea?
Eh?
Kwani nani anaongea? See, it's according to Kipril. The person who's talking, it's according to him. So, do not think that when we come to this channel, we're representing Jeru. We're representing ourselves. Yeah.
But nasikia vibaya mkipiga principles na venye wamekazana. At least leo wacha their ego should be up. Leo for the heaven's sake, au watu muwapongeze. Uwezi piga mtu hata ile wakati. It is like sasa venye Argentina iligonga England jana, alafu unaenda kuambia kina Messi nyinyi mlikuwa mnacheza aje? You are supposed to go there and you start celebrating with them. You forget what was happening. You forget the complexity of the game. We have to learn to celebrate small wins as we wait for the big win. Hawa watu tumewapiga sana.
I'll give you a day of grace, but you're not going to gag me. Nikitaka kuita mtu watermelon, itakuwa hivyo mpaka
at least for today, wacha nisikie nyinyi watu mkisifu hao watu.
Sawa.
They have tried. New King Ruto and Ruto is only getting 12%. Na hata zisikii mkiongea vitu kama hizo. For even say Ruto amepata 12% with military 20 billion.
Hakupata 12%.
Ile tunaonyeshwa kwa media.
Njiru, kwa nini watufanya tu mark time?
No,
why we mark timing?
We have to celebrate this guy so that they can work more. Hata mtoto wako kama alikuwa amepata D last time, alafu alete C+, alafu anzie kumuuliza mbona hujapata A, you are not motivating them. Sasa unamwambia sasa tunalenga pale A sasa. These guys have extremely done us proud. Sasa ni kuambia sasa saa hii mumedeal na Mushina. Next time we are dealing with Kasongo Square.
What do you mean this guy? Hiyo ilikuwa kazi ya Gachagua peke yake. Sasa mnaanza kuweka wengine kwa nini huko? Waache uongo.
No, there was internal support. There was internal support from other people. There was internal support. You want to tell me that I saw Wiper guys celebrating that win. I saw everybody celebrating that win. So we were in solidarity in this thing.
Solidarity with this.
Yeah, of course. Sasa we have to celebrate. So if we win, we win together. If we lose together. Is that simple?
Wiper is not Kalonzo.
Huh?
Wiper is not Kalonzo.
No, lakini let's stop gagging those attacking those people. Let's look for advise him. Why not advise him? Why not say that kulingana na vile mimi naona Kalonzo akifanya hivi, mimi sioni akifanya poa, wacha afanye hivi.
Okay, so I'll tell you the truth.
And you do it with dignity and respect. Respect that guy. Huyo jamaa kufika hapo sio rahisi pia.
Okay, can I tell you the truth?
Go ahead.
Yani sitaki kuficha yani. I won't stop.
Stop to do what?
Tafinya wote takuwa na wafinya bado.
Sasa nyinyi nimeona mkifungua kitu kingine sasa ya kufinya hao watu. Hao watu hapa we have to become psychopaths to those people. Until that even when they will not have, let me tell you, Bwana Kipril, there is beauty in supporting people unconditionally. How watu hata they will not be making stupid mistakes. It's not about supporting them blindly kama vile tulikuwa tuna support Raila Odinga hapa. It is we are with them. We reduce the batching and we tell them, you people, you have to produce a win for us. You cannot be doing things the way you have been doing them before. You people, you are doing this thing for us and you have to make it. So ujinga mingi ile mnafanya huko juu hatutaki.
My brother from Eldoret, my Kalenjin brother, huyu ni Mkale. I know he's a Kikuyu, but I call him Makale. Jem, Hatuwezi weka picha, hatuwezi weka Cosmo Choi hapa. Cosmo Choi is an idiot.
So
We cannot
others
add Cosmo
Raila
Choi
come
here.
in.
Huh? Raila is 6
Others
feet
Raila
under.
come in sasa.
He's 6 foot
You
under.
can attack Raila
So-
lakini you cannot
Unaona sasa? Mwache kuattack watu sasa. Tumesema hapa we have Ruto to attack. I want us we focus on Ruto wholesomely. There is Ruto, there is Sudi, there is it's a battalion of everybody. Eh? Kipri. Mbona I'm not hearing enough attacks on Ruto. Kama saa hii muna attack tu Ruto kidogo alafu mnarudi kwa timu yetu. Mbona? In fact, like today watu leo wameweza producing over 80% in Orokarao. It's a show that and it is.
I don't believe that.
tumechoka na Ruto bana.
I don't believe that. I don't believe Olkarao had that much. Olkarao had over 90%, if not 99.9%.
Okay, I agree, but I'm talking of what was shown to us, which is of tunajaribu kusema.
Hiyo namba zingine sijui alitoa wapi Ruto. Me, I don't believe
so
that. That is
we have
fake
Ruto to
numbers.
attack. So I want us we now start specializing na ku-attack Ruto vizuri. I want people have to attack Ruto here properly.
But that doesn't mean that we can speak the truth about some of the candidates we have. So niambie Kalonzo ambaye where has he ever gone outside Machakos going to campaign and you want him to refract there? You
can advise him with the kindness.
Gashago.
Mwambie sasa wewe ukiendelea hivi wewe sioni ukienda popote. So
wewe ni watermelon. Tunaweza muita watermelon pia.
No, unajua we cannot be supporting somebody na tunampea jina. Si Gashago alituambia the other day Kalonzo was not a watermelon.
Sasa Njiru wewe na Alex the other day here wakati nani Gachagua ameattack Linda Mwananchi, you were sick the other weekend, mmekuja na bena yenu mkasema mko na hasira nini.
It was still not good.
Hata hiyo karau mlifikia hata shida, mlikuwa na hasira mbaya.
But Robert, bro, big bro, but you've got to understand, still, even with that, it wasn't a good look by presenting it like that online. We're supposed to be unity with Linda Mwananchi. So even saying it that way, it was undermining Sifuna and his son.
Sifuna. He never said Sifuna.
Okay. Or Linda Mwananchi, his sons. Those are his sons. He's old enough to be their fathers. So it's just the dismissive nature of Gashago. Maybe he did not mean to do it that way, but that is what we are pissed off with. That was what we are angry with. It is not good. It was not good. I think we're actually relieved. We are happy. We're actually very happy with the success of DCP. But dismissing somebody that is one term is what we are angry about. I still cannot take that away from that. You cannot say, oh, Gashago was right. Yes, he's won the election. That does not mean... No, wait. Just wait. I'm not saying that he's not won the election. I'm not saying that he does not deserve the flowers for the victory. It's the fact the way that he dismissed people that are running with him on the same cause. Hii kitu ingefanya kwa masimu. Ile makosa watu wa Linda Mwananchi walifanya, wangepigia baba yao simu. Waambie baba yao, listen, we are coming here. Do you want a hand? Gashago might have told them the same thing. Waambie bana boss, we are okay here. There's going to bring a lot of confusion. I don't think you should come. And then on the other hand, Rigiji dismisses them on TV. So these things is happening in public space, rather than these things happening in private as a group of people. Now, to the conclusion of my statements of there is it was wrong on both sides, because I cannot say that yo kuja na kimbelembele, well, a major election is happening. The Olkalau election was major. Major election was happening there that he did not consult with their future partners. That was the fault of both sides. Moving forward, to destroy this animal called Kenya Kwanza ama Kenya Kwisha, because I still remember that lady, that lady telling Ruto that to dismantle Kenya Kwisha or this UDA garbage, what we need to do is to show unity amongst the various factions, amongst the various party, whether it's United Opposition or government incoming or Linda Mwananchi. We all need to look like we're together, and the nation as a whole needs to. Although we're doing separate stuff because Kenya is still a tribal country, yeah, let's tusijidanganya hapo. Jubilee is becoming more and more a Kisi party. ODM is becoming more and more a Luo party. DAP and whatever it is becoming more and more a Luhya party. You've got Wiper there, which has traditionally been Kamba, and then you've got DCP coming here to mix with a bit of the Ma people and the people for Central, and maybe the Kipsigis community from the Kalenjin people. So even though we have people trying to spread their territory around with their political parties, we still need to be united against UDA and Kenya Kwisha completely. So this thing should have been done behind the curtain. I think that was the problem with both sides. Hapo nitaka hapo kama devil's advocate. You understand? Robert.
That's your opinion, bro.
Wewe bado unakaa ngumu hapo bana. Kwa sawa basi.
Hata Kenya Mkora alikuwa anataka kuongea, mnamfunga, mnamshut down. He wants to talk about Kalonzo.
Nani alisema tumemfunga? Hakuna mtu amefunga. He's enjoyed himself here.
Give him a chance.
Nani? I can call Mato right now. Mato hajafungwa. So yeah,
no, but it was not Kaid, kidogo. Even Robert, you say, but it was not Kaid. Unajua, Mkenya Mkora amekuja hapa akasema, you know, in life you don't tell somebody that way. Hata wewe Robert, mtu akikwambia hivyo, you not feel good. We have also to start now redacting people. Mkenya Mkora amekuja hapa akasema, story ya Kalonzo imeisha. How does he know? Like for example, Robert, nikikuja hapa nikwambie wewe story yako imeisha. How do I know?
Kenya Mkora is all right, but I know my friend, you're reading too much into Mato. Mato is fine. Mato, you'll know when he's upset with you and he'll tell you. He'll tell you on the show. Mato is not upset.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is,
I know Mato longer than you. He's okay.
Oh, you can claim that one. Who cares?
You've mentioned it, so you care.
Yeah, I care because I also know him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what I was saying is, I really wanted to hear from him, but instead,
if you want him, I can call him now to come back. If you want, I'll bring him back.
Akiongea juu ya Martha Karua inakuwa shida.
Ukiongea juu ya Martha Karua, mimi na bring Raila Odinga definitely, and he's dead. So
sasa unasikia no, but why can't we be positive with these people? Nikuuliza tu nauliza swali like Robert, is it so difficult to be positive with somebody who is in our front?
So
mnataka kusema if we don't attack those people hatuna narrative.
Sasa mnataka sisi tuanze kutanganya. We are not that part, bro. We are professionals.
I'm not talking about kudanganya, but no, what I'm trying to say is you cannot talk about somebody without attacking him.
No, because they are doing the wrong thing.
Yes. Yeah.
No, even if you are doing the wrong thing, you can
to improve is not attacking them.
Yes, I agree with Robert.
Tell me, they keep on saying, "Oh, Kalonzo."
He's a watermelon.
My question is, how many times has he ever gone out of Ukambani to campaign? Yes. Sunday unamuona hapa Machakos. Saturday ako Kibwezi. That's a campaign.
Ui! Goja kidogo. Stone PK ameingia, ana amemtafuta bana. Hebu weka link Stone aingie.
Sasa wacha Stone PK hata yakuja celebrate leo. Unajua atuambie Vile anaona. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that I think Bwana Roba, it will serve us a little bit a better attitude if at least we learn to appreciate these people.
You know the narrative ambayo huyu jamaa anaitwa nani, he was talking about Kalonzo, huyu nani Muturi, it was not good. Hadi wanataka tuambie nani flag bearer, tuambie sahi ama nini. It
was immature, that one I agree. Muturi brought an immature messaging. And
separation.
I hope he has learned from that, because by saying that to pay with Kalonzo and there is no ample discussion, it's also jumping the gun.
That's what he did on Mbere not Akapiwa. He's a loser. We have to go. It's a process. It's a process. We don't want, the thing is, tukitaka kupendua mambo ya serikali, we want a situation where we want somebody tufanye mabadiliko. Yani hivi saa winda, kwa sababu tunataka tuwe Kalonzo, tuwe Kasongo ndio mtuletee mtu ambaye, mimi nimesema hapa, Kalonzo has been for a long time. In fact, if you see him on the ticket, people wataenda tena, they will never show up kupiga kura. That's a fact. They will never show up. No. The reason behind it,
what if he shows the strength? What if he shows the strength of a candidate? Unajua, a candidate can be shaped. Do you know that Bwana Roba, candidates are prepared? Hata kama umesikiliza speech ya Gachagua leo, it was one of the best. It was a militant speech, and it is one which has actually even brought the title. Umesikia Gachagua leo vile alisema? Gachagua alisema declare those results. Goja kidogo, declare those, and this is what we have been asking for. And when we tell people a leader has to be militant, Gachagua alisema hivi, one of the best. Goja kidogo, exactly. Gachagua alisema hivi kidogo, Gachagua alisema, we know that DCP is winning that election, by the way, by over 90%. You either declare DCP or you nullify it altogether. That was his statement. You declare DCP or you nullify it.
Njiru, imagine what has been happening before this election in Okarao. You know why? Gachagua has been out there hitting at the IBC, hitting at Kalonzo, hitting at the IG, hitting everybody, even little man. That's how you're supposed to be. Lakini uniambie Kalonzo majawa hata kutukana hata huyu nani huyu Conman Ruto. Adie ni rafiki yangu, akina Wetangula, tulikuwa na Wetangula, tulikuwa na who cares around you about Wetangula? Can you imagine that Kalonzo is the candidate? Anakuja ni vile kama ametoka kwa shimo ndio na campaign. When have you ever seen come atanatuambia mambo ya negotiation nini na nini? The problem here I have is not about him as an individual. The problem is Njiru, wanataka wapatiwe ticket, but they are not ready. They have not proven. That's the problem we are talking about here. They are not proven. Yeah? Sasa unajua, me I'm not against. The thing is, tuende tena tushindwe. Na afadhali hata Gachagua kwa hiyo kanti tuende tushindwe na yeye. Afadhali. Yeah? But what I'm saying is, Kalonzo had an opening. He could have come out there, consistent out there 7 days a week.
He had the chance to expand his voter base to.
He's not doing it.
Mombasa. He would have gone to Kwale. Msimamo used to tell me that. Angeenda Kwale, kuna Wakamba wengi huko Kwale, kuna Wakamba huko Voi, kuna Wakamba huko Taita, the whole of Taita, I know Voi is in Taita, kuna Wakamba huko Lamu, kuna Wakamba, especially in Mombasa. This guy could have expanded his voter.
Anachenga chama huko even 2 weeks.
Tu kazi yake. That's why I'm calling him a watermelon. He's wasted opportunity. He would have been, Raila died, he would have taken over that mantle. Mzee ameniachia kitu, hata angeachana na watu wa huko
sahi tungesema Kalonzo anapigana na Kasongo na Ruo Nyanza, kwa sababu Kalonzo has been the former Raila for this time. Exactly, but yako wapi haonekani.
Sijui I need to do a press conference, I need to meet in a boardroom, I need to do this. The people of Kenya do not know you that. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema kwamba siasa ya Kenya nitaacha kukompea na wazungu. We are a people of seeing the person flesh to flesh. Na nimemuona alikuja kwetu. What does Kalonzo do?
Wacha nikwambie, hii IEBC, if you are not a candidate, a radical candidate ambayo unakuja unasema kama mwezi kutangaza sisi tutajitangaza, that's your own problem. Now kama na mtoke sisi, we don't care. Unaona? Lakini sasa ukuja Kalonzo atasikia kama watamuibia tena, the foreign day is going to concede. Anakuja na kuambia unajua mimi ni Mkristo, mimi nafanya nini. And then I don't do that nonsense.
Your story, Ruto is my brother. The way Raila used to talk, exactly. I'm sorry to say this. He's my brother. I've worked with him before. I've worked with him. Sijui tulikana na mjuanga sana. Like as if you know him more than us. Honestly speaking, seriously, those are the things we are avoiding in Kenyan politics. We avoid that. Wacha tumalize hapo.
Na stona kwa hapa.
See, those are the things we have to radically tell these people watoe kwa damu yao. I know they're old, but you have to tell them. Gachagua has done the right thing. Militant.
Someone to come in anaambia Kasongo, lazima hii vitu meiba tutarutisha. Lazima ukileta fujo na hiyo fujo tutakuleta, international community mko wapi, nini. Lakini unakuja hapa yani ni kama hakuna. Me, I want somebody ambaye unajua we don't like the still has a chance, but the problem is yeye Matiang'i na Martha Karua, they are no show up, no code, no show. No code, no show.
Mother is doing her job well. Ukiingilia Martha,
where is she at?
God, she's around.
Anaenda kukabeni ku Uganda.
Why you keep saying that, man? Bro, boss, have you seen our campaigns? You've not seen what we do. It's just that you don't follow what we do. We're not heavily funded, and I've kept saying that. So achana na Martha. Wewe ukiingilia Martha, mimi naingilia huo mzee wako. Anyway, Stone, ingia kazi bwana.
Let's go, man.
Nitapigana na ndugu yangu.
Yes, bwana Kiora, how are you?
Mama uko job mzee. Kama mama.
Stone PK.
Yala newe nomingale.
Mtu kama mama.
Are you happy?
Imigomia?
Kararan.
Imigararan.
Tomo gani lakini wa pale hii. We've taken. Okay. I want to congratulate the people. For me, I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I've come in to one celebrate the win. I hope it will continue to be the win because I don't believe in Ruto. But I hope it will continue to be the win by the time we wake up in the morning, our time, wherever we are. And two, I want now to celebrate what I personally, Stone PK, have been fighting for. People have been saying, oh, ninapigana na Gachagua and ninapinga. But today is when I saw a man that has been circumcised. I'm sorry for the ladies. I have to use that name because in there we say a man who has not been circumcised is the one who goes lukewarm like this, like that, like this. Today, Gachagua proved he was circumcised. Today, for the first time in history, today that was not Gachagua. And I know you may want to. Unajua wa Kenya tunatumia matheory mingi. Kama sasa hivi nimesikiza for 1 hour you guys have been debating on nonsense. I don't know why we are talking about sorry, when I say nonsense, I'm not demeaning you, But I don't know why we are dwelling on Kalonzo, watermelon, and what has Kalonzo to do with
Stony
on
PK, and already guided
The
them that way.
problem with
I told you,
Kalonzo is he's insisting he wants to run
What,
for
what
president
Goja
as a
kidogo,
flag
Kipril,
bearer.
I need to
Hey,
shape Stony PK on Stony PK kidogo. I need to shape that one. I had, even when I was starting this show, I stated vehemently, our negative energy on the principles has to go down. We have so many people to fight on the other end. I don't know why, like we feel unless we fight our principles, we are not doing the right thing, and it is doing much worse than good.
let me be harsh in zero. I think let's pronounce ourselves as the elite because we have the opportunity to appear in podcasts and all that. But we are the most stupid people compared to the voters, the people who are on the ground. Sisi ndio wapumbavu wa mwisho. Listen, we are spending time here discussing Kalonzo is watermelon, Mata can't do this. Come on, aren't we stupid? We have lost the focus on the ball. We are doing garbage, non-existent. We are fighting shadows. We have lost it. I'm telling you, and I'm harsh on everybody else here. We are focusing on garbage when we are supposed to be saying, for example, what has happened and what statement that was given by one guy who has been very keen, even listen to what people are saying. Now, for the first time, Gachagua and here, people had lost hope in Gachagua as a fighter. Our last show here, last night, we condemned Gachagua saying how coward he is, how useless he is, and all that. I'm using both terms because that's what we use. I personally said I do not see a fighter in Gachagua. Look at the statement that he came, interim statement, before we come to the final statement. Can anybody of you, any of you relate? Can any of you say that was Gachagua? That was not Gachagua. People will say that was AI. But he said it. He declared war, for your information, for those of you maybe who are short of analysis. Gachagua declared, he said, it's either a win for DCP or Kenya ban. And I was watching the whole day. By the way, I didn't work. I was comparing all the stations, and we had pundits, we had government people coming in and saying Gachagua should be arrested. Because in Kenya, when you hit it on the nail, you hit the nail on the head, then people say you are banning the country. And Gachagua categorically just said, in this one, and he said, he declared, and he said, you, the government, are doing X, Y, Z, you are fighting this, you want to kill this. He put the facts right, and then he concluded by saying, people, prepare yourself. Take it up upon yourself. And he declared war. If he was near me, I would have hugged him like 50 times. Because that is how you go into a war. You don't go into a war. I keep on saying, watu wamekuja na machepe, wamekuja na mabunduki. Wewe unaenda umebeba, sijui sisi ni watu wa Mungu. We are the constitution, we are all this garbage. Today, Gachagua declared. And I believe that is why that win is going to come. Because you who pronounces yourself as the leader, you have to lead from the front. I know people are saying, the pundits were Christian, Gachagua is putting people into that fighting mood and his back set in Wamonyoro. That is how commanders work. Commanders were from a base. Al-Qaeda was from some place. He was in a cave somewhere and he was destroying the world. So when people say, you don't expect Gachagua to come out chanting and carrying those things in front there, he spelled out, he said, this is war. This war is ours. This is ours to win. And he said openly, come out and defend this. Come out and die. If I want to quote verbatimly. He said, all of you come out, let us all be killed. And you should play these clips for people to stop going into those other shenanigans. Oh, Kalonzo amefanya. Where does Kalonzo come in this thing? Oh, Kalonzo hawezi kufanya hivi, hawezi. Come on, guys. You are falling into that rubbish of Ruto. The fact remains is that the war can be declared at the opportune time. The Olkalau war, if Gachagua had not come out to broaden and to empower the people through his words, the people would not have acted the way they have acted. It is simple as that. And people now are blaming at Muturi came in early and said, come on, guys. Whether it is last minute or before minute, yesterday or last year or 27 years to come, you have to come out and declare if you want Gachagua to be. Say it is Gachagua and go for the war.
Story PK kidogo, okay, I agree on what you are saying, and that's a good observation. But following on Mbere, where we lost the script is our generals in the field, they refused to be militant in the media. And they were not able. Kidogo, Stony PK.
Naelewa hiyo yote. I don't want to waste my airtime. I know that analysis. What I'm saying is people fight differently. Don't be dragged into that garbage.
I'm not dragged. That's always my narrative. My narrative is militant approach.
That's
always my narrative.
Forget about Mbere. Forget about that. It will be different in every other constituency. All right? So let's not go to Mbere. Mbere, the approach, they all are in the field. Even the Gachagua himself, how did he approach? He was not militant. He goofed. Everybody goofed in Mbere. But you learn from your mistakes. This is my observation. I don't want to say that, oh, Mbere, this happened. Out of the failures in Mbere, out of the humiliation that opposition got in Mbere, is what has emboldened them in Olkalau. That is how you are supposed to look at it. Gachagua in Mbere, he was talking about, hey, constitution. Even now, Gachagua now has been emboldened to declare war. Gachagua declared war. Gachagua declared tribal war. Gachagua is the one who was saying people should never riot. Come on, guys. So let's not start drawing back, and the truth is Gachagua had to graduate to what he did. And by the way, remember, militancy, you are not born a militant. A situation makes you that. For Gachagua, this was do or die. We talked about that last night. So he had to do it. Break or make it. Simple as that. It is very basic. Nyinyi ni wasomi and you know all these things. Tuache makala mingi, you know, ati sijui huko ilikuwa, huku ilikuwa. For Gachagua, this was do or die. We said this last night. And I want us to ride on that. Some of you who are not in the broadcast, you can't remember, but I realize people don't even play to hear what people discuss. We exhausted this, and our conclusion, we went for, I think, 12 hours or whatever. We concluded and said, if Gachagua doesn't command, he's finished. Didn't we say that? So what did you expect Gachagua to do? And he was, I'm sure he's told what is happening, even the situation the way it was. Can you imagine if DCP he had lost when he had even chased everybody else and saying Ataki kusikia Linda Mwananchi and all that? So he had to do all that he can. And he risked. He said, he declared, by the way, what he said and the speech he gave, he's supposed to have been arrested yesterday. I'm telling you. But he dared that. It is the same like that time when this guy went and he pulled people in Uhuru and he lifted the Bible. Gachagua said, there is an attack on Kikuyu. He said there is genocide about to happen. Come on, guys. Can you play those clips for those of you? That is how you should run the show. For people not to start diverting, oh, eco watermelon, eco this, eco that. There is a bigger issue that a president has been set by one of the principals. Stop comparing. Don't compare Gachagua with tuache hiyo upumbavu. Don't compare at Gachagua, Kalonzo, Gachagua mother. Achaneni na hiyo tafadhali. Even in a class of 45, for those of you who have sat in classes, students are not the same. Kila mtu ana his or her own approach to any subject. It is tiring and very, very useless to keep on comparing that this one cannot fight, this one cannot do. Who cannot fight? All those principles can fight. And this war is not for individuals, for your information. and I'm pulling this to all of you who are taking individuals and we are waiting. Then what do you want? If you cannot celebrate that Gachagua now is a warrior, is a fighter, a coward who has been saying for him he approaches administrative way, then if you don't see that, you are still now running away and looking at Kalonzo, I doubt your kind of level of analysis. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tony PK, on those issues, I fully agree on you. And that is why, even as I was starting the show here, isipokuwa tu ni akina Kipru amesema, they changed my narrative hapa, wakasema lazima waataki mtu. But I have been very categoric hapa, nikasema, or I guided, let me not say nikasema, I guided nikasema, we are not doing the right thing when we are every time keeping on bashing people. And I feel it has reached a level whereby these guys, we have also to tone down on the negativity which we have given them. For actually Gachagua to pull what he has pulled today, it was magical. And we have to appreciate. And today, when I saw that maiden speech here, Gachagua, when he said Olokalao has to be declared, that is now the militant approach, which I saw if we go with this spirit, 2027, Kasongo hana chake. Because it will be very simple. Number one, once IBC discovered that people are ready for anything, IBC had to, in fact, this was one of the by-election which results were known so quickly. I think maybe somebody can tell me, maybe Mutaniambia, which other by-election concluded this quickly. And you know, speed is a mother of genuineness. I think Olokalao, within the first 4 hours of tarrying, everything had been concluded. Because now, even IBC themselves had already discovered that this is not the thing to bangle. We are not assured of tomorrow if we bangle this one. So IBC was on notice. Wakaona hapa. Even with many phone calls, which because I know even Ruto called them, and Akina Sudi and Akina Itumbi. Itumbi was somewhere saying that wewe Geoffrey tutakuonesha. Itumbi was somewhere doing a lot of stupid and posting. But IBC was able to smell the can. And they saw that this is a recipe for anarchy. And let me tell you, if IBC stole the election today, if they helped Ruto today, I don't know what could have happened, Kesho. That thing, I think Ruto saw the near to his end of his regime. Ruto saw the near to his end of his regime because Olokalao had potential to spark. Olokalao was a revolution. Olokalao was a revolution in waiting. Olokalao needed to kitu unaguza, it swears to something else. And I think for the first time, I want to congratulate Ruto for understanding. Hiyo ilikuwa acid. Akuguza ni kumuchoma. I don't know if Tony PK you agree with that. So I think Ruto was, somebody might have, we always say that Ruto advises his advisors. So today Ruto advised himself very well. And Ruto was able to understand that hii ni kiguza he. Kenyans are not, and I think Ruto is slowly coming to agree that Kenyans are tired with the stupidity and shenanigans. And I think Tony PK, it's a matter of time. I think Ruto will reach a level of seeing that he cannot pull this one. It's a matter of time, I think, because look at nimeangalia mpaka the level of congratulation. Murkomen, yani, I don't know kama Tony PK umeona the level in which even their congratulations came so quickly. Kukongratulate tu jamaa wetu. Congratulations because zinakuja bio. I think they saw it is impossible to perform magic. And Ruto saw if he touched Olokalao, it could detonate to a bad thing. And we are in the world of social media where people are seeing everything. And I think Ruto saw he could be joking with a volatile commodity. Na akasema tu acha hii kitu iende. And I think the same approach without adding anything, Tony PK, just replicating what Olokalao has done today, 2027 is for us. Just copy-paste, because don't change it if it is working. Olokalao procedure has worked. Nimeona magari zikisindikizwa. kwa Tarling Center na watu kama ngiri moja. I don't know kama kuna mtu ameona hiyo basi ya shule ya yellow iko imebeba because I'm hearing even with their stealing they couldn't pass 12%. We are on the vantage point and we can actually build a revolution from this. And I think now it also calls for retrospection and thinking on our few brothers from the Luo community who are trying to enable Ruto na kusema ati Ruto kuna kitu anafanya, and now they feel that they are on the direction of looking for power. I feel this guy Oburu Odinga, he wants to drive the Luo community to opposition once again. And so, but I think the Luo community has an opportunity of seeing what is happening and they change their tact. You cannot support Ruto by seeing what is happening. This was a total overrun and a system which ran in the right way. It is not like in Mbeere where even he produced a close win. Because I think in Mbeere ilikuwa ati kura 200. We know he lost and he manufactured a close win. Here Orokarao, I think they tried to simulate, even trying to, because you know what Ruto wanted, Bwana Stone PK, Ruto wanted 30%. So that he could validate his narrative that bado Murima wako. The moment when he fell below 15%, his narrative was down. And now, even Ruto bloggers are openly saying, Murima imeenda, he has to start thinking his investment in Murima. He has to think about the CS who he has in Murima, as if ametuajiria sisi. So Ruto can withdraw everything which he thinks he has invested in Murima, watu wa Murima, and largely in other areas of Kenya, they will reject him. And I really appreciate even the surge which has happened in the Kipsigis community. I don't know what will happen in Nandi, but I can predict even some revolt, even within Nandi community. Because the truth of the matter is, Ruto has tried to use propaganda to market himself. And this propaganda has failed. Because for the first time, this DCP win feels like a win. Ni win unaweza feel hata sasa hivi, hata ukijiuliza history ya DCP kushinda Orokarao, you can feel yenyewe hao watu wameshinda. You can feel the wave of win. Unaona yenyewe hii sio kitu ati, sababu watu wanapiga kura, ile kitu watu walikuwa wanataka ni kura yetu ihesabiwe. Hatutaki story mingi. We don't want people to be provoked. Tunataka tu kura yetu ihesabiwe. I think a script is here, Stone PK. And we don't need to change what has happened in Orokarao. This one should be mirrored everywhere. And we should be standing very positive and hopeful in 2027 if this is the surge. And that is why on my side, I feel there is so much opportunities on our side we can build if we stop extreme bashing of what these principles. Even if they are making errors, they will learn through the process. Let's allow people to run through the process. I know, even you, Stone PK, you know very well, there are so many things which we learn as we are doing things. So let's allow Kalonzo to learn through the process. I'm double sure in the next 6 months, Kalonzo will be a giant. Mutakuwa mnajiuliza huyu ndio yule Kalonzo ambaye tulikuwa tunasema ni mjinga ama ni muoga. Let me tell you, these guys will shape.
No, let me stop there. Or when we come to talking about Kalonzo Ataamka Kalonzo, what are we talking about? What parameters are? What is it? What are the indicators? What are we using? I said, and I will use this very strong term. We are just being stupid. What is this that people are comparing to Kalonzo, Mother, and all that? Can we get out of that nonsense? Can we get out of that nonsense? These are principles. These are opposition leaders. These are people who can deliver. What are we talking about delivering? Come on, guys. People who have resisted the Ruto are all qualified to deliver. And you don't have to be a loudspeaker to be able to be accepted. Let's not go very, we are too low. We are getting too cheap. Okay? So number one. Number two, when we talk of this win in Onkalao, it is a win like any other win. We've been winning. Opposition has been winning as massively as the way they won in on Kalau. Come on, guys. Unless you guys don't know what has been happening. But the thing is, the wins that we've been having, people have not been able to aggressively shout. And if including akina Gachagua, they've been saying, oh, sisi ni watu wa Mungu, tunapenda amani. Come on, why are we not seeing that transition? It was an abrupt from Simba. Look at a coin, you take your coin, Kenyan coin. Ilikuwa inaonyesha upande wa Kenyatta. Then all of a sudden ina flip to Simba. That was a flip. That was not Gachagua, and it will never be Gachagua. Take that to the bank. But because of the situation that it was, and I'll repeat this a million times, he had no choice. If put yourself in Gachagua, you are the head of the city, and then this is the situation. What would you have said? I'm telling you, Kenyans, we are naive. He took a risk. Gachagua has never taken this risk before. Come on. He keeps on talking and anarudi nyuma, retreat. Today he never retreated. He went full blown and he said, kaende, only that he doesn't know that share. Alikuwa actually amesema, wacha katambe. That is what he did, which he has never done, but he had to do it. And that does not make him a superior person other than those all guys that they have in the opposition of Kasongo. For me, they are all the same. Given the circumstances and the situation of the moment, they would all behave like the way Gachagua did. Given a situation of life and death, that is what you would expect to see from all us. It is nonsense to say, oh, this guy cannot say this guy is this guy is that. Tuachane na hiyo. You and here is where I support you. Let us stop being trivial. These people we have as our principals are potential leaders, and they will lead us given a chance. And as we keep on saying, it is not one person that is gonna lead. It is a team of people. And anybody that will embrace a team, then this war is for us to win. So for me, I would say the biggest take home for me personally is that Gachagua was able to declare war. For those of you who don't know what that was, he declared war. Gachagua declared vita. And he declared the trigger we've been waiting for. Trigger ya kuunguza nchi. That was it. Kiberiti alikuwa amewekelea hapa juu na petroli iko hapa chini. Akasema you drop that flint, the fire burns, which was true. So, and that was the opportunity that was there. We had no other option. Here there was no debate in. Hapa hakukuwa na mahali tutakaa kudebate ati Gachagua DPP ama UDA. Hapa ilikuwa hakuna debate kabisa. Ilikuwa it is this and this and this and this only, right from mwananchi. Okay, so mimi nashukuru na nina congratulate Gachagua for being very brave. Akadrop diplomacy yake, akadrop hiyo uoga yake ya kutuadibia 2010, akasema kaende, katambe, akasema na akaisolate, akasema this is a war against Kikuyus, and is being quoted to have been tribal, as if this is the first time he made that statement. But today, he declared and emphasized on the statement, and it took it. And he said, my people, go out there. You can play that clip. Mumepiga kura, rudini huko na msiri hiyo area yote. What is that? Come on. Tunakuwa very poor amani. Mtu amesema kama ulikuwa tumepiga kura, rudi kwa kituo. Rudini hapo, tuuliwe tukiwa hapo. Hiyo inamaanisha nini? In very simple language. Turudi hapo, watuue. Na ninawaambia wamepanga kutuua. And you have told people, let's go back there and get killed. That is what we should be talking about. And then now we should be asking ourselves, are we able to do the same thing for the national election? Are we able? Do we have the oomph are we able to make sure that the people now will declare war? Because you have to declare war. You have to declare to die everywhere in the country in the 290. Will people in Karachuonyo, in all of those kind of places declare that and put themselves ready to be killed? Is that possible? So that is what we should be now working upon and asking ourselves, how shall we really be able to inspire and incite the entire country to replicate what has happened with the people of Olkalau? We could see people of Olkalau declaring war. Are we able to make? Because it has to be a war. Hapa si ati sijui ikaenda kakakua ikakua. I saw somebody who was pretending to be a policeman. Alishikwa akafinywa makende quickly na akaambiwa toa hiyo bunduki ama tukumalizie hapa. Are we able to do that in all the polling stations in the I think there are 10,450 polling stations.
I think Tony PK, it is possible because the opposition can now model that, whereby I think even during voter training, where individual parties, when we are doing voter training, we need to have an exit report. So I think if they have expert, all the time nasikianga ukisema kama watu wako na expert, if they have expert, whatever has happened in Orokarau, they need to document. Then after they document, when we are doing voter outreach, that is what we are telling our people. It is possible because kama leo Tony PK, the mythical kulinda kura nimeiona. You know that myth, the mythical kulinda kura. I saw it today. The mythical kulinda kura.
What science was there? Was there any science?
No. It was too. Watu na kiburi.
No, it was tunatoka kulinda kura. Practically, the voter and the people now today in Kenya, the power of the people, they have said we don't want Kasongo. So can we have the people move out and say, that's why I differ so much with many people when people start talking about the party. I want the principles to talk about Kenyans to talk to reject these people. Because the moment you start coming telling some people in this area about your party and all that, I don't know why hata wewe ushikaji mnaongeaga. Ukianza kuambia watu juu ya party, you weaken people. Watu wataanza hiyo ni kwa Gachagua, wacha aendelee. To unite Kenyans, to send the Kenyans, and I want somebody to come and say, achaneni na mambo ya party, toeni hii njiga kwanza. Whether you are in DCP or Wiper or whatever, can we linda kura as one? Tuache upuzi ya maneno ya party zero and you'll come to agree. Utakuja kujua what I'm talking about. When you talk party zero, you will not have the force you had in Olkalau. Kabisa, period. You kill people. People hate DCP. Not everybody loves DCP in some areas. People hate Wiper. Not everybody loves Wiper. So when you come to an area and you are talking party, what are members who are your party basi walinde hiyo kura? But you should come and say hii maneno ni ya Wakenya. Wakenya ni sisi tunaumia.
But you see, Tony PK, I agree with what you say. But you see, when we say politics is roko, Wakamba walinde kura yao, Wakikuyu walinde kura yao, Waluya walinde kura yao. I think eventually these people will have to come in a form of assembly, and it must be a certain political party. They can still be regional political parties, but we have a unification somewhere on top. What do you think about that?
You know what I'm saying? Some things you don't need to announce. You don't need to tell Wakamba kwamba they are in Wiper. You are stupid. Unaenda kwa Ukambani unaanza kuambia unajua nyinyi mko Wiper. Unaambia how can you tell the fish that it's in water and yet it knows it is in water? You know, sometimes we diffuse some energy that we don't need to. The best is the focus is one. Go to Ukambani. Wacha maneno Wiper. Those slogans are garbage. Enda Ukambani useme slogan ni one time. Ruto must go. That is the slogan. Na usianza kusema Wiper kwanza even in meetings. Tuache hiyo ujinga. I'm telling you because I participated in this thing. People get mad and annoyed. Even in Ukambani, there are people who don't like Wiper. What are we talking about? This stupidity of saying, oh, the party at DCP, even in Mulimani, you think everybody is DCP? No, nothing. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So why don't you want to, first of all, you make sure Kenyans are approaching this problem as irritated Kenyans, not as irritated DCP members or wiper or whatever. It is people who have suffered about the malpractices and maladministration of a government. In short, what I'm talking about to conclude, Bwananjiro, is that we are supposed to create a revolution. Revolutions don't know parties, they don't know sex, they don't know this. They know movement of the people by the people. The mass, the exodus is what we are supposed to be building up on. And in this exodus, we don't want to say Kalonzo is watermelon, Nani is this, mother is this, mother is that. We are going to group again. In this exodus, it is let's move. And where are we moving? We are moving towards the Red Sea. We are moving towards wherever we are. All of us are singing the redemption and the Exodus song towards a point that we will use as our crossing point. So this time around, the Exodus should be focusing on this guy should go. And it's good we have now an example to use. We have an example to use, which we do have. We can always say Exodus or Kalau. That can be our new slogan. And that is what we should take in every other corner. We all allow everybody. That is what we do. We all allow Ruto in every other corner of this country. That is what I'm happy about. And I hope it will not cool down. That is in fact, we should make Kasongo decide otherwise. We should make Kasongo think twice when he wants to call a press conference. And we need now to come out. Any press conference, we don't leave it to Gachagua to counter. We should come out strongly and garbage that and say, you can arrest me if you want. You can do whatever you want. In short, I'm saying, can we declare war on Kasongo? We have not done that. Gachagua did that today. So can we follow that? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think Stony PK, today, this is one of the most constructive show I've had here. And I think wins are good. Wins put you in a pedestal. And I appreciate because I can feel an advanced wavelength within us. Julia was here the other earlier show, and people are really motivated. And I feel with this motivation and this collegiance of mind, we will now be able now to approach the next approach of Ruto examination. The pace has been set, the narrative has been set, the concept of winning the battle has been, so we have all the tools we need to detonate Ruto overwhelmingly. And on August 10, 2027, we have potential to actually have an election win on that midnight. Julia, I support your concept and your approach. We broadcast those results without caring either corner atasema namna gani. So I feel now our next approach is to, because every polling station is doing the election at the same time. We are doing the election in tandem, and they are counting in tandem. So every polling station can release the news of the accounting at the same time. And addition should not take more than 2 hours. A state like Florida, which is almost like near the size of Kenya, they tallied their votes in 1 hour. Florida, I think, is the leading in the US. Within 1 hour, washajua governor, and they have adjusted it. So I think our principles should guide us in the midnight of August 10. We know the president. Na kesho asubuhi story tushamaliza. Okay.
While you are there, just to boost what you are saying, we have a very simple formula on what you are saying. Number one is that opposition, the money they are raising, and I repeat in and I call you twice, the money they are raising, the biggest chunk of that money should be to have a parallel parallel recording unit or broadcast or whatever it is. Parallel, where now they can have representation in each and every polling station, and in that polling station, the results are sent to what unit that is there. Period. I don't know how much it takes. It doesn't have to be a TV station. It doesn't. Whatever system they have, like the system that those guys have developed, opposition should take it out so that they also have live results being broadcasted with an error plus or minus 10%. That is okay. That is number one. And that they should pronounce it to even Ruto and everybody else. We will do this, whether you call it illegal or not illegal, we will do it. Now, wananchi waseme itakuwa. Okay? Number two, the opposition now should declare that there is no way that Ruto would have employed people to come and render him a defeat person. So there is no way Ethicon, the commission, was employed by Ruto to pronounce him as a loser. That they should take to the bank. That nonsense of saying it's a constitutional and what wawachane na hiyo ujinga, wafanye the orthodox method ambayo imetumika all around. The orthodox method is sisi tunajua IBC, and you know, I don't know why we are forgetting. This is what we discussed last night. We said we should approach this issue with what if he steals. And that is the formula that I think Gachagua listened to us. He came and said, hii hata mkiiba, because that is what it is. You know, today if Gachagua was there, we would have had this. Alisema hii sasa hata mfanyaji, hata mtuue. Tuue lakini muannounce. This was the most exciting. Ati tuue utumalize lakini result to announce ndani ameshinda, na tunajua asemi ati ana doubt, alisema utuue utufanye vile utafanya lakini uannounce DCP candidate ameshinda. That is the result, and that is what we are supposed to do. And that good thing about Kenya is that today the where mwananchi is ako hapo na anahitaji kushikiliwa hapo, na hahitaji kuanza kuambiwa tunaenda kwa boardroom to decide who will be the flag bearer. Hiyo ni garbage. I always say that is nonsense. If you guys cannot decide who to carry that flag, then you are not with us. And I'm saying this to all the principals, including Gachagua, that if those people are telling us it is too early for what? To make the baby? It's too early to do what? They are going to sleep with each other? It is too early to do what? Come on, guys. Watuache hiyo ujinga, upumbavu kabisa. It's too early to announce a candidate. Kenyans have decided. The voters have decided. You can imagine like Olkalau, ungesema it's too early to hold the hata ungepostpone election ya Olkalau for 10 years to come. The results would have been what they had resolved. So, I don't know whether I'm the one who is seeing it differently. What science is this that people are saying, you wait. Wait for what? Kenyans, the other times we've been having difficulties, people deciding, people have been political, people have been tribal and all that. This time around, Ruto, even the Kalenjin to where he belongs to, wamesema tawe. Sasa, unangoja, ukisema unabuy time, ndio nini usifanyike? Nonsense. And that's why I want now Mwananchi to take over and command these principles and tell them, come on, it is either you say this or you go home. It's period. Simple as that. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Stone PK. I think there is a lot of collisions which we are having here. And I think the Kenyan narrative is now shaping. And I think I predict one of the best narratives as we approach 2027, where we will be able to fine tune and actually we choke Ruto at his own game. To the extent that I feel, Julian, you are the one coming in 1 minute. I feel we have an opportunity actually where Ruto can actually give up even before the election. So he will approach 2027 as a show up. ile ambayo unajua hapa utoboi. You are just going there to show up as a way of like having a safe exit so that maybe he can become the chief opposition leader, which I don't think after we defeat him in 2027, we should actually give him an opportunity to become the chief opposition leader, because he should be serving his 50 years jail term. So, and that is something which now that Stone PK umesema akina Gachagua anatusikilizanga, let's now give our declaration. We need a long jail term for Ruto, for wasting our time, for doing all the bad shenanigans which he has done in our country. Yeah, and these are things which, by the way, which na tusianzie ati kukua ati na uoga, sijui ati usiambie mtu ati vile utamfanyia ati anaweza sijui fanya nini. Ruto has to know that we are jailing him. And I don't know, and I don't know if the principals understand the magnitude of this. Ruto lazima akule ugali. Hiyo lazima. We have to take him to committee. And the earlier he appreciates that, the better. Ruto, you are a candidate to committee. Atukusamei. Julia, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wanjeri, ni ugali unasonga? And your crush is here. What do you mean? Unanyamaza hapo, Julia? Bwana Stone PK, amusha your crush sasa. Hii sitaweza. Maybe pengine mnabulikiana macho hapo, mnasema wacha tusumbue Njiro hapa.
Njiro, wewe ni mgondi. Wewe unajua mtaani tumekuita kagondi. Sasa unasumbua Njeri, hata unafanya nimuite hiyo jina, unajua sahihi. Nimuite hiyo jina.
Yeah. Wewe hebu tuletee Njeri. Unajua maybe you are the one who is over engaging her. Unajua kuna uwezekano pengine mko kwa simu.
Tuko katika njia ile nyingine.
Sasa unaweza kuwa wacha tusumbue Njiro kidogo, usiongee. Wacha Njiro ateseke hapo peke yake. Unajua bwana Stone PK, unaweza kuwa wewe ndio unaweka mashindano hapo na sijui.
Tunakusorora hapo tukisema hivi kia vile anasema. Acha bongo sana. Acha aitane.
Yeah, anyway, it's good when people have that positive vibe anyway. So Stone PK sijasema kwa vibaya. That positivity of association is very good. Even if it amounts to nothing, by the way. Even if it amounts to nothing, it's very good. It's very good. It's very good here too, like when your hearts feel like they have some groove to each other.
Yeah.
It's something good, at least. That's how human beings have been created. Human beings have been created to cherish each other, to appreciate each other. Yeah, you know. Yeah, na msianzie kusema unajua kuna mtu ameniambia Stone PK nikufurahishe kidogo. There is a person anasikilizaga hii show yetu akaniambia bwana, Njiru toka DCP washinde bwana. You are becoming over positive bwana. Nini mbaya bwana?
Anasema uko excited.
Yeah, nikamwambia by the way, in this life, when you can see light at the end of the tunnel, you get rated. It's not abnormal. Because Stone PK, I can tell you with 95% confidence limit. Leo, if we didn't make it in Orokarau, sijui kama hata hii show ingefunguliwa leo. Sasa tungekuwa kila mtu anamuona kwa kona yake.
Listen, jana nilikwambia. By the way, Njiro, utacheka hiyo show ya jana. You play for people. What we discuss. I'm telling you, it is exactly what we say that has happened. For those who attended the show yesterday, when you ask each of us what we think, you will hear what I say, you will hear what it. Kila mtu tulipeana our own thing. I told you, for me, I didn't mean by one. I said, it is do or die. That's what I said. It is do or die. For perspective part of it. Yani, Olkarau is nothing, compared to the 290 candidates. but it's an indicator. It is that what we call cyanide. Cyanide, those of you who know chemistry, cyanide is the highest poison in the world. That you put a drop in a pool in 10, 20,000 liters of water, put a drop that is 0.000 something, that whole water becomes poison. Cyanide. I think I still remember my chemistry. So, on Kalau was that any simple mistake, and I'm using the word simple mistake was the usual game that they played in Mbere, Malava, and everywhere else. Here, people had gained the effort and the fight and the anger of all what happened in Malava and all that. And then people had the time to review. Yani watu wakajiulizaje, unajua mtaani ulikuwa unaulizaje, ndo njiro wao kawavanini yagyo kakengo na ngundi, kwa ruile maisha mazatu. Ukishasikia mtu amejiuliza hivyo, ati njiro wale waambezera unanipiga ngumi, unanitukana, unanitemea macho, kwani ulitairiwa mara tatu. Ukisikia mwanaume amesema hivyo, njiro huyo mtu una avoid, atakuua. Kimbere tunasemanga ukikuja anakupikia ngumi, ikimiss kwako mkono inashinguka. Ushinguka ni nini na Kiingereza? Ushinguka hapa. Ile ngumi atakuwa
Kovenia.
Dislocation. Ushinguka.
Yeah.
Manake hiyo ngumi atakuwa amekutupia ya kuua. Ikikupata you are dead. Ikikumiss yeye is finished. Hiyo mkono itapigana tena. That is what was happening. The only not small, but some mistake that Gachagua did. And by the way, do you know Gachagua was all over kind of apologizing? Gachagua has a way of apologizing. He apologized that slip of his tongue, and I want to be soft to him because he made my day today. I want to say it was slip of his tongue when he said, Kangata, keep up, that language he used. And fortunately, he came back in a very, very, very good way to kind of regret. And anytime people doubt, they can listen to that. And I think Gachagua is learning. He regretted very well. I hear he even called the people, he talked to them, and he apologized. And that is what we want is our principles.
I think it's also based on some reactions which we did here because our first accounts of reaction was like that statement was not very positive. It was an account also which like maybe Gachagua to some extent he is listening to some elites who could be shaping his approach very well.
Yes.
So
now,
maybe,
the other thing we have not, and we have insisted that Gachagua does not have a team of advisors. We have insisted let him have, even before he holds his press conference, aweke tu watu wawili watatu pale, they discuss, naenda kusema hivi, this is the subject. You know, he has been doing things spontaneous. You know, unatoka tu kwa kitchen, unatoka kwa your wife, unasema kujeni tunaanza kuongea. He has to be kind of, very, very calculated that I'm going to hammer this guy on this. Then you have 3-4 guys who tell you, okay, can we hear the hammering? Those people will shape you such that the hammer will become a bomb. It will be V2. It will not be a simple thing. That he needs to have, but he has a weakness. He has a weakness equal to Ruto, whereby you think, whereas yako, you have everything, you can give speeches, you can talk, and that's why you are anateleza. In every speech he gives, anateleza. The only speech that he never teleza was today when he was declaring war. When he was declaring war, and he declared war, throughout his speech, mpaka mwisho, he never grew. For the first time,
hata mimi hiyo speech ilinishtua by the way. Hiyo speech ilinishtua because hey, Gachagua ameamua leo. And then you see when you are Stone PK when you are listening to somebody akiongea speech kama hiyo, do you know that it is very juicy? Because you can feel things connecting. Go ahead.
And when I listened to that speech, do you know who I saw in that speech? I saw Mandevu, 100%. That was Mandevu's speech. That script was written by Mandevu. You know who Mandevu is?
Yeah,
And
of
that's
course
my
they
guy.
do.
Yes. Njiru, go research. And I've been trying to call those who are close to Gachagua. I swear. Even if Mandevu may not have written, the conversation they had at those and the conversation is what builds what Gachagua said today. Take that one back. It is Mandevu's approach, which is my favorite.
No, and it was beautiful, by the way. Stone PK, we have to agree that if Gachagua progresses in that direction, and maybe there's a question, sijui kama Wanjeri umeamuka? Ukiamuka utuambie. So maybe, Stone PK, I want to advance you a little bit when it comes to this issue of the unity of purpose by the opposition leaders. So I want to ask you now, like all of them, what should be the learning point when it comes to choosing of their unified candidate, how they should form their team, how they should distribute the job based on some of the things which they have learned now as they approach 2027. So can you tie for me, how can they now build that team? And what would be the acceleration of naming their unified candidate? Would you try now to think about that a little bit?
For me, for them to succeed, they should not bring anything called science in it. And not that I discourage science. Me, what I think they should bring is question number one. Is all of us, are we accepted by the Kenyans? The Kenyans accept Matiang'i. The Kenyans accept Sifuna. The Kenyans accept all these people. That should be the big question. Okay? Are we acceptable? That's the science I want to. Then the obvious answer is yes. Saa hii Njiru ukianauzia Wakenya tumeamua ni Sifuna na fulani, tumeamua ni Matiang'i na fulani, tumeamua ni Gachagua na fulani. Even they're not allowed. There will be no resistance. Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you answer me? Njiru, you are not answering me. Njiru, mbona unijibu? Njiru, you are not answering me. Njiru. Njiru, can you hear me?
Stone PK, have I lost you?
Yeah, I lost you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I asked a question. For example, nikasema, for us to eliminate the complicated science issue of determining who the plus bearer can be, can we go simplistic? And by simplistic, I mean, Wakenya wako na shida na any of those guys? Surely. Majority of Kenyans, do they have a problem with the leadership of any of those guys? Do Kenyans have a problem with who these people decide to be the president and the running mate? Sincerely speaking, can we face that in Europe? Do Kenyans have a problem? So long as it is a force and a combination and people believing that they want to remove Kasongo. Is that a problem? This is the first time in this country that we have I don't want to say a whole country, but we have a bigger chunk of the country agreeing that they have to remove a president. It has never happened before. So why do you want to let them down by starting to give us formulas? And this is where I differ with someone like Mateo. You say, oh, we have to, what? For what? Somebody should tell me, for what? Unless now this thing has become personal to these guys. It is individual. It is their personal ambition. It's no longer Kenyan. Wewe ndio unatafuta udosi. So you are selfish. And this is where I want to tell Kenyans to reject and even call Stone PK from wherever he is a nobody. Mseme sasa kwa sababu nyinyi mmeshindwa tunachagua huyu nobody. Yes. I think that's the way to solve it. Because we cannot.
Let me ask you a question. As you react to that, we go simplistic, as you say. Then, as we go simplistic, we are also optimizing. Like, who, you know, if there is the easiest to accept in that quadrant. You know that there is the easiest. All of them cannot be accepted the same way. So there must be some a bit of genuineness. Those principles have to agree. Enyewe, so and so akikuwa hapa mbele yetu, there is likelihood and chances of reducing drag. You know, there's something which we call and making work easier. They have to understand. Unajua kuna candidate mkiweka hapo, mumejiongezea job. It is like in a football match. Do you know that you can get defeated by putting the wrong midfielder? And you have a good midfielder pale nje.
I get your point, Njiru. Now, this is what I want to get diluted away from. What is the situation in Kenya today? Does it matter? Hapo sasa ndio I have a problem with that there is somebody who can help us more than the other. Then we are in shit. We are useless. We are stupid. We don't know what we want. Right now, we should even be able to say, hata ng'ombe ikiwekwa pale ya kutoa Ruto, we all go for it. Njiru. That is my simplicity. Usianze kuniambia Njiru has more this and all. Njiru, the moment you bring that complication, that's where we are. It should be brought down to even a cow today. Ng'ombe isimame iwekwe tuivalishe suti. So long as ni ya kutoa.
So I accept. Yes. That has been the approach of the group. But you see, the issue which is there is that when they are telling us to tapanga that we will bring one of our candidates and we will support him, it brings preferences. Let's turn them off. We don't want that. That's why I'm saying wananchi should mobilize themselves. We don't want that bullshit. Don't tell us you are going to meet to give us one of you. We have given you time. Umeshindwa. Let's pick even a novice. And that's why somebody should come out. Because Njiru, huwezi kaa unatuambia mtatuambia, nitaenda Bungoma niambiwe. Because I'm so disappointed with this. Unaenda, umeacceptiwa Kenya mzima. Everybody is calling himself mimi ni Sifuna. And then you are going, Njiru umepotea. Make sure you come in. Then unaanza kusema utarudi Bungoma ndio uende uconfirm kama wewe ni Sifuna. That is lack of what we are supposed to be doing. Hiyo ni pumbavu sasa. Hata niko peke yangu. I don't know whether I'm being hard or what. It's sad affair. So opposition, or rather the people, we want someone to come and declare himself. Hey, people in the comment section, can you hear me? Please tell me if I'm on air. If I'm not. Yeah, you're on air. I mean, nimepotea kidogo. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Njiru nilikuwa nasema, unajua hizo vitu Njiru zitaturudisha nyuma. Haki ya Mungu. Saa hii si kitu tunataka kutegua hii mtego. Sasa tuki kutegua hii mtego, si tuchukue tu hata Kiwete. I'm not demeaning the Kiwete, because I'm one of them as well after my accident.
So if that is the case, okay, kidogo, Stony PK,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question, because you're out of these principles, one of them will be a candidate. Let me ask you a question
Yeah.
today. If today it is said that the presidential candidate is Gachagua and his deputy is Kalonzo, I'm just giving
Yeah.
a hypothetical. React to such a matrix.
We take it straight. Tunachukua haraka, tunakunywa hiyo uji, tunaenda haraka, tuende tutoe hii kitu, hii takataka, then we'll sort out ourselves later. Na tunawapatia
So-
one term. Yes, one term.
So in other words, you now slightly agree with me. We can only be able to reach at this level of congruence and thinking if we reduce negative talks on these principles. Because you will hear, even us in opposition, like for example, tukisema Gachagua can be a president. Now we start now bringing the undertones of he is tribal, he is what, and that has been the issue.
Yeah,
Being negative on these guys.
Yeah, we have to mitigate the negativity. You know how you mitigate? We know Gachagua is tribal, but we make sure this thing is one term. And that's what, even by the way, you know what I'm doing in my village. You know what I've promised my people? I've told them, we start a resolution of one term. Second term, you earn it for yourself. Unaona? Wewe ndio utajiwekea hiyo term nyingine. You see? Otherwise, it's one term. Unaona? So, we give you one term. You come, you do your tribal things, you know that you are not in the second term. As period, and simple as that. Unaona? And so that means what? That our goal is to remove. Once you remove, you are on the seat. Tunakwambia it's not about wewe ni mtu wetu ama nini. It is the performance. Hiyo ukabila yako ukiendelea nayo, you are one term. And we shall have started a new dispensation. Zero. And by the way, the only problem we have is if it was somebody to become alone. Okay? We want, if we have a president candidate, then the deputy is equally strong. Somebody who can say, I don't want bullshit. Somebody who is not saying, I'll be with you because we are sharing the loot. Okay? I would want the kind of things we have in South Sudan. Riek Machar and the president ni mioto mbili ya moto mbili. Okay? So equally, yes, equally, you don't give me shit. That's what we need. We better have a stalemate than having a president that is dominating. So, to answer your question, or to confirm, yes, the guys, whatever combinations we get, and we only need to motivate the crowd, to motivate the population to ambie, hii combination ni katatamba. You only need to assure mwananchi because ni anapiga kura bro. Alafu hii maneno ya hizo nini sasa, the biggest subject should be to dismantle the King's kit, the technical electro nini. We dismantle it and reassemble it in the next 1 year. Okay? Which we can. And that's what I want to hear now. Gachagua alifanya hivyo. Asiende kulala na aanze kukula asali ati amewin. Orgalau is nothing. He has a big war coming ahead of him. So the thing is, achukue hiyo war sasa on what we are calling the electoral gadgets and the system, so that we dismantle it completely and start afresh. Dismantle IBC. He should not be comfortable that the IBC has delivered. IBC has not delivered, Njiru. IBC has not delivered. Huyo ni mtu umesikia bunduki kwa kichwa, anakuambia ni sawa, mtafanya, lakini kwa roho yake alikuwa
Don't
hataki
worry. IBC, 1 minute, Stony PK. IBC
Yes.
will be forced to deliver. I don't think people want IBC to deliver. The level in which tumefika, it is simple. And I want to say here, ili hao mapolisi kuanzia kusikia. You know, I like these terms very, you know, you have to be specific. IBC will be forced to deliver either by the circumstance or by the force of the people. And I want to tell you, Stony PK, and count this one. Sometimes I'm usually very, even if it's tunaonanga, I can tell you for free where IBC is. They know it is not business as usual. They know we had 3 IBC commissions, we had 3 chairmen who deliberately bungled the election in the name of they are being misused or they are looking for somebody to auction the presidency. I want to tell you, that is a script Kenyans are tired of. IBC by now, they need to know, or somebody should make them aware. They are dealing with a very woke citizenry, which doesn't want less than accurate. By the way, for your information, since you come up, Bwana Stony PK, for the first time, there is an extreme awareness of electoral knowledge by Kenyans, such that as we, like the difference between 2022 and now, and Wakenya wanajua uongo ya kura inakaaje. And do you know that one is playing also to our advantage? Even when they stole from us in Mbeere, it was overwhelmingly everywhere. And even the media itself, something which has not been happening, to even declare those losses as stolen elections. I can tell you, Ruto should feel scared of the awareness Kenyans are, because Kenyans are able to diagnose and say an election has been stolen with precision. So don't be worried of IBC. IBC is in a point of where they have to do the right thing, or they get examinated. Sorry, thank you.
No, for me, my issue is IBC bungles the election, then you start deciding to exterminate them after they have bungled the election. That's why I believe in prevention. It's better than curing. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it is IBC that delivered this election, because the system they have is still the system that is so corrupt. And that's why I'm saying what results were read, they were read by somebody that was subdued. Shall we be able to subdue IBC for 100, 290 constituencies? You know, and I don't want us to celebrate and thinking that what has happened in Kalau is what will happen in the entire country. Hapana, Ruto atacheka sana, atacheka. I want us now to move the battle to the office of IBC and dismantle. Gachagua said it in his speech, and I want him to follow it, that we have to dismantle IBC. Okay? The fact that IBC is purportedly to have delivered what we have in Kalau is not enough. IBC was out to rig. IBC never condemned everything that has been happening in Kalau. So how would you say that they delivered this win? They didn't. They didn't deliver this win. It is against their will. It is against what they were supposed to do. So there is no way we can say that, oh, now they are succumbing. No, we need to go for their throats and strangle them and dismantle them. They cannot deliver elections.
So PK kidogo, as you react, I want Munipe 15 minutes. I drive home. I will get back with Eric. I think you can get those 15 minutes to react with each other. So musiniite, in 15 minutes I will be back because taki nifunge show. Na pia unaweza ita Julia and anyone who want to enter the show anaweza ingia in 3 minutes. Is that okay?
That's okay. Ambia Eric aendelee. Eric karibu.
Yeah, Eric, go ahead. And Wanjeri, hebu kwanza tusikie Njeri. Wanjeri, are you there? Wanjeri anapikia ugali studio. Okay, ni sawa. Let me just drive home. I will be back soon. Eric, go ahead. You can engage with Stone PK for now. Thank you.
Okay. Good. I don't know. Good evening or good morning, whatever you are. Um, I think what happened in Okara was amazing. Personally, I have never lifted like the kind of energy I had today. I have never lifted like the dumbbells. I've never done that the sit up, the kind of exercise I did. The excitement was huge. So I said there were many positive in that by-election. And I think we pushed the IBC to the corner. I think if you tries Regeji on his strength, because I think, in my opinion, Regeji is it's like Messi. If you use him, his strength is speaking. Like Regeji is that person, in my view. You want, when you die in the street, he's the person to speak. Like his voice come out bigger, louder, and like he's that guy. So the police, in terms of the police, I think the police in uniform, like they did a good job, in my view. They did a very good job. The police who are like at some point, before Ligiji made his speech, I think it was about 3 p.m. When those hooded police came, I felt like we shouldn't even wait up to that time. Like I was trying to tell Giji to kind of like address this before, because I could see now the state was panicking. Yeah. Hey, Stone PK, I cannot talk 15 minutes. Where did you go? Jerry, are you there? Anyway, I think we have to give it to Rigiji. This guy, if you imagine the kind of I don't even know what to say. But if you reflect on the journey, on how he arrived in this candidate, and how he was able to like identify this Sami, and the likes of Waiganjo were very strong, and Rigiji knew they were kind of a mole. I think Rigiji is a genius, in my view. He's a genius. Yeah, there are some statements the IBC were making that I don't agree with them. Most of this, the IBC official, like Anderito, there was a time she was saying that there was a time she was saying that I think something about the development, that the government doesn't stop doing development because of a by-election. So I think they were trying to say it's okay for the government to do the, like, in my view, they were kind of politicizing this development. So going forward,
Oh, majamaa walienda official by IBC. Ngodho amepewa certificate official by IBC. So I think I can look for the video and we see. So what is the final tally as well? That should be also something which we should look at. But anyway, today I really appreciate the positive vibe which we are doing here, and I will highly insist itabidi tuache kupiga hawa watu wetu wa upinzani. We have to motivate them. I know what they are doing is difficult, and we cannot always be. We have to be part of the solution now. They have shown it is possible. Hiyo vita ni normal. So we have to encourage them. So let me look for Ngodho nione kama nitaona hiyo akipewa hiyo certificate yake. So let me see kama nitaona hiyo certificate yake. I'm just looking for if is Ngodho. Acha tuone. Wacha tu nitafute tu Ngodho. Given certificate by IEC. Takes commanding leader, use of mass or combat celebrating. Sione. Final preparation. Certificate. Kuna mtu akona video ya Ngodho akipewa sat. That would be really a brainstormer for umeipata kwa nini? I'm sure Kalonzo angesema we accept and move on. Give DCP its flowers stone. Well, yeah, of course. DCP wameoneshana hiyo fighting spirit, and that is what I want us to acknowledge. Yeah, we have to acknowledge. Kama watu wametoa miguu kwa Ngonia, we have to acknowledge them. So I think now DCP, there were elections which we never meant to lose, but they were not declared in our favor. So this one is a huge one. So this one is a huge one. So we can't take it for granted. So this is a huge one. So we can't take it for granted. So I don't know kama kuna mtu akona namba hiyo, kama huja to subscribe, this is also nafasi ya kutusubscribe. So yeah, this is an embarrassment to Ruto, because sahi Ruto angekuwa anapanga kampeni mingi sana. Sasa kwenda kuambia watu wa Mlima, mnaona. Let me see. MBC declares all Kalau election. Let's see. Watch all Kalau by election. Tuone vile KTN. Mambo ya Kalau ni kama bado put a turning underway. Yeah, KBC. Okay, wacha tusikie vile principals waliongea, because I can see different principals spoke. So wacha niwaekee kiongozi wa KIP, Excellency Martha Karua. Go ahead.
Hii Electoral Commission imedhibitisha kwa yale yote inaonekana Olkalau ya kwamba hawako tayari kupatia Kenya a free and fair elections. Wananchi tujue we are on our own, tujipange. We will have to force the election to be free and fair, the general election. The things they are doing in a by-election, as citizens, we will do better and stop them in the general election. But so far, I commend residents of Olkalau. They are holding their own. This is terrible. What they want, democracy dies in darkness. They don't want the press because they want to do things in darkness. I urge the press to continue with their brave work of covering even what is supposed to be hidden. Thank you so much. At a time we have so much crime, goonism, and impunity, what it is that you can do in the space you occupy. We can talk to the young men in our neighborhoods. We can talk to our sons if they are part of the goons. We can encourage each other to do positive things for the nation. And we must lead by example. Mwalimu lived by example. He didn't say one thing and do another. Because especially the political elite, we are used to saying one thing and doing another. I want to urge you, don't just look at what a person says. Look at what they do. You have to combine the two to know the total sum of a person so that we are able to choose better leaders for the country, leaders who can take us forward.
And what I can say is that next year we are coming to elections. And I see a scenario whereby IBC is not looking like it is getting balanced. When they do not condemn violence and goonism and voter bribery, it touches all of us. And we wonder how the constitution of that body was. Maybe it is time we have an evaluation and ask ourselves whether IBC will be able to take care of the elections next year. We want to see partiality, not them condemning the opposition, and on the other side, they are siding with others. Kenya is ours to live with, Kenya is ours to stay, and therefore we need the voices of all to be heard. Whether you're in the opposition or you're in government, we want to say that every voice matters, and every reasoning should be given or accorded time. Therefore, all we will ask IBC to do is, one, not to be partisan. They should treat the opposition the way they treat the government. Otherwise, Mwananchi will fail to have confidence with them, and that will be a recipe for chaos. We don't want chaos in this country. We want peaceful elections. We want everybody to stand somewhere and be counted that they were able to vote and they have been able to choose the candidate of their choice. I personally will be vying for governor's position within Kirinyaga County. You see, through the PLP, I'm a People's Liberation Party, and my party leader is Martha Karua. So I think with those few remarks, I wish the success of people of Olkalau and those who are intending to cause chaos in the evening during the tallying centers. We are asking the county commissioner and all the leaders and all the police to take charge. We do not want to see a scenario where people are killing themselves or where their voter bribery is ongoing. When they are tallying, we want to see peace. And that is how it should be even in 2027. Kwa rigire ithatu cia bururi
Huyu anaitwa Ndambiri. Okay, wacha nicheze hiyo video ya Sati Kipeano for the purpose of posterity. So wacha tuone mambo ya It is in Kikuyu, but mutatusamea. Tuone.
And the order in which I'm going to read these results is the order that the candidates were arranged kwa ballot paper. Thank you. Sorry. So I'm using the order of the ballot, of the names in the ballot paper. Sorry. I start with Abdi Fattah Hussein Abdallah from FPK. He has scored 19 votes. Timothy Kamau Karaoke of PPM, 51 votes. Wilson Mwaneki Kegwa of Jubilee has scored as 198. Edwin Kareri Mushiri of PNU, 28. Edward Madenge Mwaneki of KMM, 16. Raphael Wangoi Njoroge of PDP, Recho Wangoi Njoroge of PDP, 11. Samuel Mushinanyaga of UDA, 5,450. 5,450. Stephen Wanyoike Waithaka of NLP, 103. Sami Douglas Kamau Wawero of DCP, 35,440. So I request Sami Douglas Kamau Wawero to step forward so that I can hand over this certificate to him, I being the returning officer for this Old Kalau by-election. Maybe if the spouse can accompany him, that would be grateful.
Wow, 35,000, 5,000. That is what we call a resounding victory. Resounding, not sounding. It is, you know, sounding and resounding are different. Resounding ni ile ambayo unasikia. And I also appreciate the choking of other opposition parties because wapia wangepata kura mingi hapo. It is a danger. So I think we have also to appreciate in places where we have danger. And we also have other political parties which are within our front, now wamejitokeza and they don't want to support the main candidate, you choke them. And I think Orokarao just proved how you can be able to choke other political parties because they could be helping your opponent. So that choking of Jubilee was so good because it was needed here. You have to choke them. If we choked Moses Kuria, even with the voter stealing, the results could have been different. So we have to understand when to choke these people. So hata kama mtu nuwa sister party, and the election is a contentious one, is a high pivotal one, we have to choke each other because we cannot just say kila mtu asimame, kila mtu akue hapo, and like this one of today, they needed to be choked because you don't know how it could have turned. So very good approach, even with the IBC nimeona. So let's see, maybe kabla nikaribisha Stone PK and his friend, wacha tusikie Douglas.
I think I'm very excited to be announced as the new member of National Assembly representing Olkalau constituency. This is the second member of parliament for Olkalau. Olkalau was first constituted in 2013, the new constituency, and was led by the late Honorable Kiaraho, who has served for 3 terms. So I'm the second member of parliament for this great constituency. First, I wish to thank God for this moment, because without him, I wouldn't be standing here. My slogan was Kafa Hidare Akai. I'm here because God has made it possible that I become a member of National Parliament against all odds. We'll say much when we get out there, but second person that I want to thank is the woman that is standing next to me, my wife and my family. They have stood with me through thick and thin. When things didn't look good, they were always there for me. Family always come first. When things are tough, you always have solace, a place to run to. I wish to thank the party leader, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. I have only one message to him. The rejected stone became the cornerstone. They may have impeached you, but today you have made a statement that the king of the mountain, that the party of choice, the man of the hour, the man of the moment, the man who will lead our country to the future in 2027 is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. I want to thank the people for Kalau. This is a resounding win. 35,000, the faith that they have put in me, I cannot fathom trying to not to work for them. 35,000 votes against the second person getting what they got. So the people for Kalau.
Hata anakutaja. Don't bora unacheka. Can you react to that? Getting what they got. Yeah, you know, in Kiembo, in Kikuyu, ni kama waidia manyitire.
I never watched it.
Huh?
Yeah,
Good.
that's good.
Yeah. So this is the Amber man who they labeled names. They were saying he couldn't make it. And now we are here as and by the way, let me tell you, kuna kitu Stone Pike nataka kuambia leo. This win of DCP is much better than the UDA one in the maiden one ile wanalinganga nayo, I think ya 2021 ama nini. Ile do you know that ya Kawanjiku could not even produce what was produced here? Hiyo ambayo Ruto alisema is when he started saying that ameanzia kupanda mlima. Nitawatolea kura ya Kawanjiku hapa. Kawanjiku could not do what this guy has done. So I think we are in a perfectly very serious moment of the history, and the nuking of Ruto has just started. The nuking of Ruto, if that term exists. Okay, so Stone Pike and Roba, you can individually react to the winner, and do you feel as if he has the vibe which is needed to do the work, and do you think like Jamaa ametuheshimisha? What do you think? Can you react your assessment of the candidate of the moment, the winner of the moment?
Let me go. And Njiru Stone Pike. So for me, let's go back and try to focus on the primaries. We compare and contrast from the by-election. So UDA primaries, Chamawa walipata sijui 8,000 candidates walikuwa nazo.
Ngiri tano.
Yes, 5,000. I'm talking about the primary.
You are talking about ile ya Kawanjiku, eh?
Yeah, the primary is like Wakadi candidate or UDA. So remember those primaries, Wakadi, people never showed up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're saying the opposition got 8,000, eh?
Well, about 8,000. UDA candidate walipata 8,000. Najua ile
Okay.
they were playing games.
That is true. Hata wasijaribu kuja kuturingia, tushafanya yetu sasa. Basi yetu sasa inaonesha vitu mingi kama sisi tu 35,000 in a by-election, brother. That is something. That's something.
So the thing is, in Njiru, they spent over 10 billion or 11 or million, I don't know, billion or whatever. And yet, from the primaries, they went down from 8,000 to 5,000. What does that one tell you? So somebody asked William Ruto, unajua alikuwa anakuja na kifua, wanakuja na mambo mengine, his cabinet wanakuja na kifua madarau, kina Moses kule wanakuja wao ndio wako nini, what can they do? Na sasa yeye anasema yeye ndio fundi wa siasa. Somebody has to tell them, Wakenya wako alimbaya. People are suffering. Right now, people are finding a way to survive. And because of that, this was a message. In fact, this thing is going to be duplicated in the most part of the country. I'm telling you. Ruto is going to be voted out. Kama yeye anafikiri ati unajua ati sisi ndio fundi. The time imekwisha. Hakuna hapa ya kupemberesa. You have not delivered. As simple as that. Hata wenye wanakufuata wanakula pesa wako huko, unafikiri that one doesn't mean wenye wako hapa chini they're the beneficiary. You are wasting time. Wakenya wako na shida. The people are suffering. Kama unafikiri ni mchezo, bado kionje cha kuja. Angalia, even the primary, hii election imekuwa hapo wamefanya at UDA kawini. Okay, let's assume waliwini ya Merenot, hii ya Grigoris, hii ya Marava. By how many? By how many votes? Yeah? Lakini hii, you are being beaten 35,000 to 30. 35,000 to 5,000. It's just like 30,000 nothing. Zero. Hey. Na mmetumia hii pesa yote. You have stand bribery. You bribed people. For me, Jiru, I was trying to combat the numbers. The message has been sent. This is not like only Mount Kenya. Lakini huyu jamaa huyu secretary sio anaitwa huyu kutoka huko Mbere North, huyu alikuwa mbunge wa huko. Anasema unajua karibu pray hiyo Tebiaga anasema hiyo kura ambayo imekuwa Orekarau sisi hatuchali. Lakini sisi watu kutoka si Mount Kenya East, sisi kura yetu na nini itaenda kikapu kimoja. Hii uchinga ako nayo. Kama yeye ni mwanaume aende kusimama huko, hii watafagiwa kama miende. This one here, opposition waja wajiweke vizuri. Let them come on the instincts wakuja wajiweke pamoja. Then at the end of the day, they find a candidate they can all support, who can mark everything, then they are ready to go. Hakuna election hapa, hakuna kitu hapa. The easiest candidate to pit. Hii watu wamekasirika. Mimi nakwambia ukweli. Hata huyu jamaa amepata hiyo kura, amepata ya 5,000 kusema ukweli. Si hadi ya kwamba kama ingekuwa Ruto it would get worse. Hiyo ni mambo ya ukweli. Unaona? People are suffering. The economy is doing very bad. Hiyo mambo ya gasi vile imeenda juu. Madalau, kifua mbele, kutukana watu, aliua watu na hiyo mambo yote. They are coming back home. It would be so sweet. And sometimes bitterness because we have lost loved ones. Because of this idiot called Samoei Ruto. But at the end of the day, we will show the whole world that East Africa, the dictators of Uganda wanajiweka kwa the way they want. The dictatorship of Tanzania wanajiweka the way they want. But Kenyans, we divine our own destiny. We divine our own destiny. It's time for us to unite as a group. Time to come together. And wherever who marches, at the end of the day, where who marches, na yeye akienda hapa akikuwa kama Ruto, tutampiga. But for now, let us celebrate this celebration and bigger things are to come. Let me leave it there. Hii niko na shida ya my whatever nikiwa huko mambo ya StreamYard. But the amount kutoka hapa niende kusikiza kwa YouTube. Ndio nawapata vizuri, otherwise I don't know what's going on. But in Chiru, let us compare the numbers. This was brutal. This was a bidding. Hii ilikuwa bidding to William Ruto. This was a bidding, not even a bidding. It's time for us to say, now let us prepare for the big one. When William Ruto himself ako kwa hiyo debe, na it even could be, yani hiyo yatapiwa, yani, unajua, ila hasira wa Kenya wako nayo sahi. I don't know whether these people realize that, but it's good our country is united against this monster called Kasongo. Let me leave it there.
So, Stony PK, you can react and also react to Juenjage question hapo. Juenjage anasema, Njiro, nimeuliza Stony PK swali, since he is a Kalonzo man, hii by election ingekuwa Wiper zone, what would have happened? Stony PK, go ahead, react kwa huyu jamaa and hold summary.
Ulipewa everything. They were given everything, from foods to goodies. Today they were fed with tear gas, canisters, bullets, but they have withstood all that, and they have declared that the person of choice is none other than their chokora, Sammy Douglas Kamau. Thank you so much, the people of Olkalau. I will serve you diligently with the best of my ability, and I pray God to help me serve you the best that I can. I've always been telling you that has been my prayer to God, that He does not only give me the seat, but also gives me the wisdom to serve you in the best way that you can be represented. I want to also thank the person who led the team that was campaigning for me. It's the party secretary general. I wanted to say His Excellency, but he's not yet His Excellency. Honorable Senator Kafa Medo. Medo has dedicated his time, dedicated his body and spirit. He has put all his life onto this campaign. I want to immensely thank you for that. It's a lot you have sacrificed. It has not been an easy ride. We've had our highs and we have had our lows, but together you've never let my hands down. We have walked together. And as a big brother, but on this, I was your younger brother. I want to thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart that you have held me, you have counseled me. Where things didn't go right, you told me the best way to go about it. When things were right, you had a pat on my shoulder telling me that we can go on. And every time you'd say that ikifika ile siku zitangazo, that eventually hiyo siku imefika, and by all means sisi tumetangazwa. We were making a joke. There are some goodies that he had printed for us, especially the aprons for the Soko people. We were saying, what if you had lost? What would they have done with those aprons? And I was joking and telling him, you would have made a good bonfire out of them, but it was out of a joke. So So I'm very grateful you made your home, our campaign. It's where we did our campaigns. You marshaled all the politicians that were there to help us, the resources. So may God always see you through. And also to your family, your wife, and your children, for letting you be with me as we campaigned. May God bless you. If you look up out here, there are so many people who joined you. Honorable Anjiko, I can see Honorable Jane, the other honorable members that had joined you, the 18 members of National Assembly that are aligned to this party, DCP. I wish to extend my gratitude. The aspirants from all over the country, even in Wajir, I saw people all the way from Wajir coming all the way to come and campaign for us. All of you that are aspirants, I want to thank you. You can see that dreams can come to reality. All that I wish for you is that God grant you all the desires of your heart, because you have held me by the hand. I think I don't have to say much today, but I also want to thank the IBC. Today you did a very commendable job. You did something out of the extraordinary. We had been told of many theories where that this result will not be announced, there will be infiltration. But you have risen above board. You have confirmed that you are a chapter 8. It's not a chapter 8, I think the institutions, that are the chapter 8 institution, that you are independent, that you cannot be influenced. So we want to extend our thanks. And if this is how things will be held in 2027, I know that the united opposition will be declared winners in 2027, because it will be free and fair. I also want to thank the uniformed officers. Those that were uniformed, they carried themselves very well. It is a police service. Those were the real servicemen. Though we had a few altercations here and there, but you did very well. But I cannot stop to say that we encountered goons that had even more powerful weapons than even the armed officers, driving around with numberless vehicles, Subarus and Prados and pickups. For them, I wish to tell them, today it is very shameful of you that even a life has been lost today because of your endless maneuvers within Olkalau. We were even forced to take care of our own security, running after you as we try to infiltrate these police stations. But I know that the command must have come from a very senior person in police, because the uniformed policemen, even though they did a very commendable job, they had been told to stand down when you did your crazy job. It is very shameful. Even members of the National Parliament would be spotted in those Subarus. But the will of the Lord today has prevailed over your reckless behaviors. So that is all I have to say today. May God bless you. And also a statement to the national government. I hope you can see the writing is in the wall. The people of Olkalau have spoken. The government is not doing well. People have been saying it. Today you have seen it. And as we have been saying in our local dialect, the president today has been whitewashed. Ruto, Koruto, Buruguto, Karao. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. I know it's a little around here, some celebrations. Now, our Malaya, in the early hours of the morning, to share a cake called Tarati, we do it. We have been confined half hour. Oh, I forgot, sorry. For those that compete.
With Kalshi, you can trade on anything.
Man, tell them something they don't know. Like, I'm from Greece.
Watu wenyewe tupigota. Mara watu pigota. Mara kama wote. Mara pesa kura. Mara bila kama hiyo. Hapana wote. Mara pigota. Alikuwa nikiwa umepata wewe. Anaweza kurano wapi pokeo. Anaweza kumekoti. Tena tukabishana. Huyu ndiye alikuwa amebeba picha